We are live. Good morning. Good morning. I'm already looking for something. Good morning. Got junk in our trunk. Elizabeth's here, but she had to go grab something to ship. There she is.
I'm here. All right, so if you guys can't hear me, just let me know because I've still got the old computer and there's a short in it. So if I bump it at all, it'll probably, my audio will go out. But we did go computer shopping, I guess on Mother's Day, and something else came up this week, some other expense, and we were like, do we want to get a computer this week? I was like, I can wait one more week. So one more week it is. How's everybody doing?
Oh, good.
Did you tell them that Lori is not going to make it?
Yeah, Lori woke up with a high fever. She's tried. She took medicine, laid down, tried to get back up, and felt terrible. So she's not going to be here. We here. Yay. I'm trying to find batteries for this toy. Here we go.
So I saw a couple of your testing videos this week. That little clown was kind of creepy.
The head one? The one that the head
yeah.
Girl, those are like $20-some. I sell them all the time,
really?
even dirty. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hi, shiny
Good
squirrel.
Good morning, Cheryl, shiny squirrel. That's
got
funny.
got junk in our trunk. Do we know your first name? What do we call you? I hate
Good
to call you
morning,
Got
Heather.
Junk.
I think got junk in our trunk is Rhonda. I think. Okay. Confirm it with me. That or I've got two different junk people in mind.
Okay. And Era is Heather. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, creepy clown cell.
Creepy. I tell you, any clowns. But the Eden ones, the other ones, the baby ones.
I missed a box of them this weekend at the yard sale.
Creepy clowns or just
a box of clowns. They was creeping the lady out, and somebody bought them before I got there.
Oh, yeah.
What was
he said? He missed a whole box of them at a yard sale. He knows to look for them, and he said the lady said it was creeping her out, but somebody had already bought them.
Oh, I'm not saying I wouldn't have bought it or sold it. I've just, I was watching it and I was like, because just the way that its head moves.
Yep.
I was like, oh dear. But now the Furby, I don't know if you saw my comment about the Furby, the pink one. We used to have one exactly like that. It had sat in Emily's room. It was hers. And it would just start saying weird things at the craziest times. And I was just like, that is just no. And so I kept it turned off a lot of times. Finally, we put it in a yard sale and sold it.
Have you ever seen the Facebook videos where people are showing that somebody gets on like their kid's monitor and starts talking? That would creep me out. A baby monitor, and all of a sudden you hear somebody else's voice on it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Let's see. I just spent an hour opening tote. You got to figure out how to pop that thing up. Are you doing that? Oh, I wouldn't see it over here anyway, would you? I see other YouTubers who pop up on the screen.
Yes. I told you.
Comments. Yeah, but I can't do it probably on
this. You just have to click on it.
Oh.
You just click on the comment and it comes up.
And that way Robert could say, okay, you've got a question here.
And then you
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and then to get rid of it, you can either move to the next comment or you just click on it again and it'll go off.
Oh, see, this is how inept I am at this.
I didn't realize you didn't know how to do that.
I would have told you. I've asked him a couple times and he says that it can be done. And I'm like, but how? All right.
Now, what I need to know how to do, and maybe y'all can tell me, is like, I need to know how to do picture in picture. Like if I want to put you guys into a smaller frame so that I can work on something else on the computer at the same time. Like I know how to change the tab, but then I couldn't see you at all. Is there a way to do this in a picture? You know what I mean? I guess it may
Yeah.
depend on the computer too.
I think Robert said that's a window thing, maybe.
Resize the window.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
But maybe
I'm
you
on
can.
Chrome.
Some apps will do a picture in the corner. But I don't know.
Can't find my batteries. Oh, here they are, I think. Yeah. All right. So she said spin an out. Oh, that's very annoying. But hopefully, if the address is wrong and you cancel it, they'll repurchase it with the correct address, and it won't be a lost. But sometimes they do that just to make you cancel. I don't know.
Mm.
Well, now I feel all like I can take care of stuff on my own over here now.
Yay. And Cheryl, now you know where that item is. And because somebody bought it and then canceled, that brought that up in the algorithm again. So you'll probably sell it.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, somebody else will probably buy it because now someone has shown interest in it.
Beth has a crazy story.
Uh-oh, Beth. Here, would anyone like to hear a crazy story from the Ben? Oh,
Does she want to come on and tell it or type it?
Beth, do you want to come on and tell your story?
Or type
Yeah,
Or
we've got
type
room
it.
today.
Yep, Lori's very ill today, so she's not going to be here. Come on, Beth.
Beth, do you have a YouTube channel?
You know what? I don't think I've ever asked her that. We chat a lot on Facebook, but don't know.
Good morning,
See?
Tia.
Heather's saying, come on.
Yep.
Oh, she said she'll type it. She doesn't know how to come on.
She just has to click a button.
You just have to click a button and have
Yep.
a camera on you.
Rebel can send you the link and you just click on it and that's it. What'd he say?
A year ago, I would have been exactly where you are. No. No. All right, you guys, I have some good news and I have some not so good news. So I'll start with the good news. Guess who sent me a message to be on her show next week?
I know.
Lots of people make comments saying they'd like to see me on there. I'm going to be on the Nurse Flipper show next Tuesday. So I'm so excited about that. Yay, yay, yay.
I was just watching it last night, and she said at the very end, she said that you were going to be on.
Did
next
she?
Week. Uh-huh.
See, I missed it. I usually watch them the next day. It's very cool. Yep. Nurse Flipper. But
I'm going to try to move my screen forward, and if you lose me, let me know.
Nope, you're good. Nope, we lost you.
Okay. I hate can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I hate this angle because you can just see ceiling, but if I move it forward, then it shorts out. Okay. We'll just have to go with that. Go ahead now. I'm sorry.
Okay. And then, but the bad news is Robert and I won't be available Wednesday to do a live. So it'll be the next week. We'll be doing a live again. So I'll get to do Tuesday night live. And then in a week after next, we'll be back.
So I am going to use my time wisely next Wednesday, and I'm going to try to get a lot done so that I can report back in 2 weeks of how much I got done.
All right.
Well,
that's doing her story in parts. So
okay.
So there are lots of regulars at the Bend who spend all day, every day there. Oh yeah, it's like that at ours too. All right. Then, man, I love this now. I go once a week and I'm considered a regular. Yeah. I used to be a regular, but not anymore. All right. Here we go. Next one. Our bins are sort of expensive. $2 for hard goods, but 30 cents for glass, paper, and electronics. Yeah, that is kind of expensive. I think ours is $1.49, maybe. I think. So yesterday, a man got kicked out for life. Oh, we've had that happen at our bins too. They got caught stealing.
Oh, wow.
Life?
What was this guy doing?
He must have been doing something bad.
It takes a lot to get booted from the vans.
Yeah, get kicked out of a Goodwill. Oh, here we go. Apparently, he bribed the new cashier $250 a week if she'd ring up all his items. Ooh, that's bad.
At the electronic rate.
So 30 cents.
Well,
a
so
pound.
how would he even save any money?
I
If
know. He must have been
that
planning
makes
on
no
buying a lot.
sense. I guess. Wow.
That's $1.70.
Well, good for her for turning him in.
Yeah,
You
but if
know?
you spend 100 pounds,
That's 170 in savings.
that's $170 for just one basket or, one thing. But yeah, that doesn't make sense. $250. He must have been planning on purchasing hundreds.
Hundreds of pounds.
So, and if he goes every day, so that's just $250 a week. But can you imagine if she took that, then she's stealing from the store?
I bet
You
you she
know?
reported it because.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Because
right,
he's
we had
asking
that
her
one.
to break the law, basically. My
He's
goodness.
there all day, every day, so probably spends hundreds a day. Yeah, when I used to go, I would spend probably between $100 and $200 a day if I was having a good day. Because
Man.
I'd fill a cart, take it out, fill a cart, take it out.
So I guess that was the worst they could do was ban him because he didn't yet do anything illegal. Like he didn't actually steal. So it's not
Right.
like they could call the police. So they just banned him. So I mean, I guess that makes sense. Makes total
Yeah.
sense.
I mean, they would
Yeah.
probably consider it a fraud of some sort.
Yeah, I would say. And she said, and the cashiers make $12 an hour. Shoot, nobody around here makes $12 an hour, do they? Oh,
Yeah.
I just know it like, what is it? Chick-fil-A or something is like $14 an hour around here, or 15. Now, good for her to report him because
Yeah,
that's just
really.
not fair. That's just,
Right. I left my phone in the other room. It was almost done charging. So let me run get it.
oh no. All right,
I'll
I
be
got
right
to
back.
show yours too now. All right, wait. Here we go. Cheryl Shiny Squirrel. I was laying it out to take, okay, found a lump. Take photos out and noticed a lump inside the duvet. To my heart was a pair of undies. Y'all, I had to go out yesterday and I noticed somebody staring at me. And when I got back in the car, I realized I had my capris, my tights on inside out. So if I had bent over, you'd see the inside of the capris and obviously that I had it on inside out. I'm such a goofball. Oh, it was hot. So I got out. See, I'm wearing sweatpants. It's cold down here. So I'm always in sweatpants. So, yeah. Yeah. Hopefully the duvet had been washed and that got inside of there and had been washed.
Yeah. Think of it that way.
Yeah. All right. Talk so we know you've got voice.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Good. It's crazy. Hopefully by this time next week, we'll have a new computer. So I will be excited for that.
And Cheryl, it makes me remember that a lot of times when I buy vintage, like toys that are still in the box or just anything that's still in the box, always try to look very carefully inside the box, because if it has been sitting in a garage or an attic or a closet, there could be a creepy crawler in there and it's probably dead. But I always make sure if I can, open everything up and make sure there's nothing hidden in there. Because, man, you don't want a buyer to get something with a creepy crawler.
I just went back and read the story. That's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, the buyers don't want surprises. Yep.
So, Beth, where are you? What state are you in? She said no one here makes only $12 an hour.
Yeah, same here.
I'm not even sure what.
Depp.
I'm in Florida. I don't know what our like what Katie's 18 and now she is a vet tech, so she does fine. But her first entry level job was at a candy store, and she was still making a tiny bit above minimum wage, and she was kind of complaining about it. I said, Katie, you're still in high school. You you just be thankful you have a job and you're learning how to have a job and how to work, and this is all part of your education. And even now in her current job at the vet office, because she is majoring in biology and planning to go on to vet school if she can get in, this is still part of her education. So she may technically not be getting paid what she's worth, but she's earning part of her job, part of her what she's earning is an education. So I try to
Yeah.
remind her of that. Someday when she's a rich veterinarian, she'll have plenty of money and she can take care of us both.
Yep. My son, who's been my picture taker for clothing, just got a job. He's 17. Technically, he's a junior this year, but I have him in an online school and he can graduate anytime he wants. He's almost done if he would just apply himself, but they actually are working him like this week 36 hours. So
Wow.
he's going to be, yeah, I could barely get
Let's
him. He worked long enough to make enough to put gas in his vehicle and take his girlfriend, and that's all I could get him to work. And now he's going to be working 36 hours for somebody else. But he's
What kind
working
of?
for Valvoline. He wants to be an auto mechanic. So
Oh, okay. Well, that's
he's
good.
gonna, yeah. All right, let's see. Beth said found a plush that she had just learned about the night before from Robert the Zombie Bargain Hunter. Yep. I did one time. I was in a Facebook group and I told people about one of my big sales that year was the Play School Pipeworks. Look it up if you've not heard of them, but it's a large toy that kids can build like cars and play sets and all kinds of stuff with. And a girl the next day said she had gone to the bins and they were everywhere. And if she hadn't have seen my post, she wouldn't have known to go look for them.
Awesome.
So it's good.
I'm trying to find some stickers I sold. It was a lot of beach stickers, but this is not them. I have like all my sticker lots are in these drawers. Like I have a whole set of drawers, and so I've got them. I've got a SKU to which drawer it's in, but then I just went and pulled the whole drawer out to try to find the ones that actually sold. I started getting smart after I had done several drawers full of stickers. I started wrapping some lots into cellophane, but the first ones I did, I wasn't smart enough to do that. So now I just have to look at my picture and find exactly the ones that sold.
Yeah, I usually will try to write some kind of, if I've got multiples of something, I'll number them, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and that way I can number the bag or whatever they're on.
Oh, I did. Maybe I did put them in a bag. I think this is them.
Ooh. All right, so Robert's Bargain Hunter's toy wasn't the big one. Here's the big one she found. Oh, none listed and only one sold. That's good.
Wow.
That's one of the times that, yeah, it'd be nice if you had worth point. I haven't buckled down and bought it yet.
That's awesome. So you just found it? Have you listed it? You haven't listed or sold it yet, right? You just found it.
This doesn't work. Take the batteries out.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, Beth wants to know, do you do ephemera? You do stickers and stuff, but you do some, right?
Well, I mean, I will. I have a bunch of ephemera that was my mom's, and since I'm a scrapbooker, I keep all kinds of things, and so I do have a lot. But I haven't really started listing the bulk of it yet. I started with scrapbook stuff because that was in the way. A friend of mine had given me a bunch of scrapbook stuff, and this is like a couple years ago, and my husband was like, okay, when are you going to do something with this? And it all kind of came about at the same time, where I was like, okay, I'll take over the eBay store, and that'll be my avenue for selling the scrapbook stuff. So that's what I started with, and I've branched out into other things, and we've always been booksellers, but I need to just, I don't know. And now because of Rebel, I have all these stuffed animals I got to do something with. But now I finally got a washing machine where I can wash them. That's been my excuse for a long time. So hopefully by this time, 2 weeks from now, I will be able to report that I have at least listed some of my plush. That'll be my goal. Now, I shouldn't say I haven't listed any plush, because I do have some Halloween plush, because I kind of decided last Halloween that I wasn't going to do Halloween anymore. I mean, we'll still give out candy, but we don't really decorate for Halloween. So I had some Halloween Eeyores and stuff like that. And I did sell one little kitty cat plush, but since those came from my house, I knew where they had been, and I wasn't too concerned with like cleaning them. I just listed them. So you will see a couple of Halloween Eeyores in my store, if you were to look in my store.
Pooh stuff sells for me, you know.
Mhm.
My totes never overflow. How about that? In fact, I started throwing other stuff in it because, you know, it was a waste of space to have partially filled.
Sure.
When I made spaces. Oops.
Yeah. Well, I kind of collect Eeyore, and people give me Eeyore because he's been my favorite character for years. You know, in case you don't know my secret, Eeyore and I have been really good friends for 30 years. And so I just have a lot of Eeyores. But, along with that, we have some Pooh and all that too. But I decided I have so many Eeyore that I could at least let the Halloween ones go. So those are the ones that are listed.
Good morning, Noel. She's listening while she's driving.
Hello, hello.
Good morning, Hydran. Robert helped Hydran hopefully figure out how to start her own YouTube stuff.
Awesome.
So she sent me a box, but I'm holding boxes. I have some more boxes people have sent me. So I'm going to hold off and do another haul video on these mystery boxes to me. So it's going to be fun.
Nice. So I still have not gotten completely back on the wagon with my listing because this month is a big reading month for me. I do a thing called Book a Day in May, and I'm kind of doing it ×2 this year and last year, because I'm reading, in addition to my own book a day, I'm also reading a Dr. Seuss book every day with my daughter, Emily. And so we are keeping up with that. And I've just been reading a lot and listening to audiobooks a lot. Trying to catch up.
I should do that when we're driving on the weekends.
Yeah. And then the other thing is I've been I mentioned this last week, just kind of getting my life and work schedule reorganized. And so I did do a video, if anyone's interested, it's on my channel, about how I incorporated some of the stuff from the Fly Lady and some of the stuff from the Sidetracked Home Executives. And I put it all together, and I'm doing the 3x5 cards. And so I did a little video about how that's working for me and what I'm doing.
I watched the video yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Awesome. I did. Because I kept thinking, I really need to get organized. And then I was like, yeah, wishful thinking. Oh, thank you, Noel. Noel's sending me goodies too. That's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting on your box.
Good. Then you'll do a whole video.
Yep. We've had 2 comments. Somebody said they have a Katie, and now Cheryl Shiny Squirrel said she has an Emily.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Neat.
I have
Yes,
a
I'm
niece
gonna-
whose name is Emily, but she's Emma Lee, Leigh.
I think
My
we talked
grandmother
about
was
that. Yeah.
Emma.
And my daughter is Emmeline, Emeline. So we decided early on, if you just take the N out of Emmeline, that's how we would spell Emily. So we spell it Emelie, which, she doesn't really care one way or the other. But, if she was typical and, could read and write and all that, I'm sure she would probably get aggravated with people always spelling it Emily, but she doesn't care,
Yeah. Robert's son, RJ, is actually Robert also, but
Oh,
we've
okay.
always just called him RJ.
Uh-huh.
He's not really a junior, and his middle initial isn't J. They just came up with like Robert Jr., but he's not a junior.
Oh.
We just call him RJ.
My dad is Bob. I'm Robert. What are we gonna call it?
Yeah. Katie is a Catherine, and Emily gets called Emmy. Oh, yeah.
Well, okay, so my daughter used to be verbal, and before the seizures just really got so much that it took away a lot of her ability, but her dance teacher called her Emmy, and she didn't ever correct her, but when my husband would sometimes say M, then Emily would say, Daddy, my name is Emily. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. So we've just, now even she can't talk and correct us, but we've still just kept that because that was her wish, when she could express it, that she was Emily. So if people do sometimes, they're like, they call her M, then I say, I'm pretty sure she still prefers Emily. So
Hydran from Veranda Pile said, brag time. She was interviewed by Susan A. Wells the other day, and she just put the podcast out on Spotify. Very nice. If for those of you who just joined the show, I'm going to be on the Nurse Flipper next Tuesday. So that's going to be my claim to fame for a while. She's got it seems like millions of viewers. So it's going to be fun. But of course, I'm going to make Robert. He says he's not going to be in the picture, but don't think he ain't going to be standing right there with me.
you should let him be on with you.
I want him to, but he said no.
Really?
He prefers to be behind the scenes, but harassing me nevertheless.
I got to pull tape, so I'm going to mute for a second because I know this is loud in people's headphones.
As Noel said, the peanut gallery.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The other night I was thinking, what did Noel call him? He's the peanut gallery. So, yep. Man, this is the second toy I've checked. See, I was hoping it was my battery. So those of you who, I take all batteries out of toys, I take all batteries out. The only batteries I include in things that I'm selling are the button batteries. But, so I had to test my batteries, which I use this. It just tells me is my battery have a good charge, and it does. And this is the second toy I've tested back to back, and it's not working. This is the problem with buying used toys that currently don't have a battery in them. So annoying. It's so nice though. I'll take it to my booth, but I'll put on the tag that it's currently not working. See, and then I had this Fisher-Price horse, which I bought a whole tote of toys for this, and it's not working either.
Yeah, I'm sure if you want to buy a toy and it doesn't have a battery in it, then there's no way to test it. That's frustrating. Just for anybody out there who might sell stickers a lot of times are 12 inches in length. And so I also, sorry, I have a cat who's, I have a cat who's like trying to get through the door over here, and he's a mess. Anyway, so when I first started selling, I said I sold scrapbook stuff, and that's what I still have a lot of. So there's a lot of 12 by 12 paper and 12-inch long stickers. So I bought these envelopes that are 12. I just cut one in half, but they're 15 inches long by like 12 and a half inches wide, and those will hold scrapbook paper. But then when I just have a sticker lot to sell, it seems a waste to use a whole envelope. So I cut them in half. And then, so this is my 12-inch stickers, and I'll put my label here. And this way I get 2 envelopes out of one, because these ended up being about 50 cents a piece, maybe 50 or 60 cents a piece. But I need them for what I'm selling. So anyway, anybody out there who may have stickers to sell, I haven't had any problem doing it. And I take my stuff into the post office and they scan it, and no one's ever said, that's a weird size envelope, you can't use that. So that's what I do.
I bought
Anyway.
these. I bought these with my thing this last time, so that
Yeah, you were
it's
saying that.
perfect for CDs, but it could be used for like any flat book. I think there's a bigger one, but I don't think I'll need a bigger one. Robert usually just cuts cardboard for anything that's bigger that needs added protection. Yeah, Rhonda, I've talked about taking batteries. I actually have a screwdriver in my purse, but I've never put batteries in my purse. And I have one of those crossbodies that I could have batteries in, but I never think to do it.
I mean, it seems like it would be a lot of trouble. I probably wouldn't do it, just because when you're shopping, you're always kind of like feel like you need to just get it done. And
yeah,
I probably wouldn't take the time, even if I had the stuff with me to do it. I don't know. That's just me. But I have the baby kitten in here, and I just now hear her starting to stir. So I may have to pick her up, and I've got her bottle in here to feed her. She's a week and a half old now.
Mrs. Grossman stickers. I don't even know what that is. See, now I gotta go look.
Yeah, that's an old sticker brand. They've been around since like the 80s. They used to sell them in my college bookstore. When Creative Memories first got started, that was the kind of stickers that they offered. And I don't know if she has a lot of 12-inch ones, maybe some, but a lot of the 12-inch ones I find came like from Michael's or something, and they're Jolie's or K and Company or something like that. I haven't found a lot of Mrs. Grossman stickers lately. I don't know if they're still being made or not.
I don't know, but how does somebody sell stickers for $1.50 free shipping? I guess they're putting a stamp on it, huh?
You just put a stamp on it. Yeah, I've done that, and I got the okay from eBay the first time it happened. When I realized early on that you didn't have the option of an eBay label, I called eBay and I said, I offered free shipping because I was just planning on putting a stamp on this. How come I can't print out an eBay label? And they said, this is from eBay. They said, contact your buyer and make sure they're okay with getting it with no tracking. And if they want tracking, tell them you'll send them an invoice for the $3.50 it'll cost. And that's what I do. And when I communicated that with the first couple of people, they said, oh yeah, we get stuff all the time in envelopes with stamps. No big deal. And so now I've kind of gotten lazy about doing it, but I don't have that much that I like. That would just be like one single sticker strip, which is a lot of hassle just to list it separately. The only time I've ever done it is if I have one little package of something that just I can't make it go with anything else. It's just its own self, and I don't have anything related to it. And I've never had any problem. But then it shows up on your eBay store as not being a confirmed delivery.
Right.
So it does bump your percentage down. And also what the eBay rep told me is to make sure that you ask the buyer to put feedback that they received it. And that way there's confirmation. And probably then you could go back and call eBay and say, okay, you see that confirmation that shows that it's confirmed, and they could bump your percentage up. But I didn't do it. And now it's too late. I think it's past the 90 days. So it's not a big deal.
I'm looking. I bought a bunch of Ninja Turtles, and I'm realizing I have others like them listed. So now the thoughts are: do I end them and start making some lots, or do I don't know. That's the problem.
Noelle says she got some plush this weekend. Man, oh man, did I get some plush this weekend?
Oh, Noel.
What'd you get?
I didn't get anything great this weekend. You know, every weekend's been just crazy, but this past weekend it was okay.
I had a good weekend.
Did you?
Yeah, I got that bag.
Oh, that fight. Yeah, we just made the other day. We made 3 videos back to back to back because this was ridiculous. And if you notice behind me, well, you can't really tell. All my clothes are gone, but now we
That
still
was
got
what
them
the
with
boxes
shelves.
were, right?
Yeah, the boxes of clothes. So all of them are gone, but I need more shelves out there. And then I'm going to try to get everything up. Everything up out of bags. And I like using laundry baskets. I've talked about that before. I like to just, that way you can pile stuff in. It's not going to fall off the shelves, but you can kind of still see in there. And
when you get it all set up, you should give us another tour of your building, all your storage
I'm going
stuff.
to. I'll show I'll show the messy 28 bags that are still sitting on the other side on the floor because I've got to get to them, and then I'll show the new side also.
Yeah, the before and after. But that's the reality of reselling. You know, you bring it in and then you've got to process it. You have to do something with it.
Yep.
Veranda File says she's in the process of putting several hundred comics individually into clear cellophane bags. So I did that. The clear cellophane bags, I bought 2 different sizes. Also, that was one of the first few purchases I did, knowing that I was going to sell ephemera. So I bought comic book size bags and magazine size. And I didn't know there's different sizes of comic book bags. Like if you want to get specific and make it fit your exact whatever you have, there's different sizes. So I learned, but since I'm not really selling comic books, I just bought the size that will fit the ephemera that I have. Oh, so Noelle said she sent you some pictures.
Did she? I have a terrible memory. So if she did,
sent you pictures.
just now or
She might have
earlier?
just now done it.
Oh, I'm terrible. And that's why I'll always say, I may have said this already, but all right, my inbox. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, those Dakin dolls. Never seen them ever.
Oh wow! Did you get them at an estate sale, Noelle?
She did. I'm trying to see if
I have a hard time finding estate sales around here, and I even subscribe to that thing. I don't think there are very many in my area, which seems weird because I'm in Florida. People come here to retire, and you would think there would be estate sales, but maybe that because Florida is the summer home for a lot of people, not summer home, the winter home. Maybe they don't bring all their stuff here, and all their estate sales are back up north. So I don't know.
No.
And also too, I don't find when I do go to estate sales, I don't see a lot of toys. I would mostly just look at books. And you seem to find good results for toys at estate sales. I guess it would have to be a collector.
It's hit or miss, but it's either like I get a bunch or none.
Yeah.
Or just a couple. That's the first thing though. We've got probably I think at least 5 or 6. Starting on Monday, they start putting out, a few pictures. And then by Wednesday, they've taken pictures of most everything. And so it's like, okay, Robert, we need to go to these people because I see toys. Although that it kind of failed us. Last weekend, I thought, well, there's these toys. Hopefully there's more, but there wasn't. And it was awful.
No, really?
Yeah, that one out. Yeah.
But
right. It started out, but then we found tons of stuff at other places.
Yeah.
So But yeah, kind of crazy around here. Let's see.
Yeah, I did go to a couple of sales this past Saturday because I don't know if you remember, I told you last week that my husband had said, okay, let's deal with what we got first, before you bring a bunch more stuff home. And so I said, okay, I thought in order to do that, I'm just going to have to stay away from yard sales. Well, so this past weekend, they have a quarterly meeting for a homeowners association where we have some property in another county. It's not where we live. We just have some property. So he always works on Saturdays. And so he wanted me to start going. And I went to the last one and he's like, well, would you go? I was like, okay. I said, but if I agree to go, then I get to go to some yard sales in that area while I'm gone. He goes, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But by the time the meeting was over, because it's already starting to get hot here, people were closing up, and I only found like one or two that were still open, and I only ended up buying one Disney book that I kind of would like to read. I might sell it eventually, but I didn't find anything good to resell. So, when everybody else's yard sales are just, the season is just starting, ours is already ending.
Yep. And it's crazy here. But the bad thing is like right at the beginning of the season, all the subdivisions do their sales. They don't plan, so like last weekend, there was probably 4 or 5 subdivision sales. And there's just, we live in a rural area. It's all spread out. It might be 30 minutes to get to the next one. And then if there are subdivisions with homeowners associations, a lot of times they have to be done by noon. So there's not enough time.
Yeah. And a lot of those, they only do it on Saturday, right? They don't do 2 days.
Yeah, a lot of them. Some of them do Friday and Saturday.
Some of the people work, so they only participate
right.
Saturday.
But the big one will always be Saturday.
There's a couple of subdivisions here that do that. And one of them used to have, it's like a retirement one where they're mostly mobile homes, manufactured homes. And so they would bring stuff to their community center. So you could just go to the community center. It was like this big, huge rummage sale. And I found some great stuff, a few years ago when they used to do that. Now they just do it at their houses, but it's small enough that I'll just go park at the community center and I'll just walk. But Emily can't really walk. So if I don't have somebody to stay with her, then, I can't hardly do it. Yeah. So Noel says, if you're bored and need some listing or shipping material, I did a live haul video on Sunday. Awesome. I'll need to go watch it. I meant to go back and watch your live too that you and Lori did. I saw part of it, but I didn't get to see the whole thing yet.
I stayed on a while and then it was like, okay, I need to read my book.
Yeah, it was too late for Rebel. She had to read. And that's probably me too, because I have reading goals this month. In fact, after this today, I'm going to do a mid-month wrap up and talk about the 60 books I've already read this month. Not 60, 30. It'll be 60 by the end of the month. So 30 books I've already read this month. But half of those are Dr. Seuss books.
I think the Nurse Flipper show is kind of late. So yeah, it's going to be
it's
tough.
for 2 hours, I think, and I want to say it starts at 7 or 8, something like that. So yeah, you'll have to be prepared to stay up. You might not get to read about zombies. I might not get my
zombie apocalypse book in that night. Yeah, Robert said I might turn back into a badger. Do you guys think? We had a comment one time that somebody thought I was being mean to him. And I'm thinking, obviously they don't watch these videos often.
Oh my goodness. What you said the other day, I laughed so hard. I had to go back and watch it again and laugh hard about. There's other things he could be called too. When you're talking about calling Robert or Bert or something. Because he was accusing you of forgetting his name.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah. Is that a grumpy bear? Is that a grumpy bear?
Yep,
Your
Grumpy
Care Bear.
Bear.
Yes, that's Emily's favorite.
2017.
I found a giant Grumpy that I bought for her at Goodwill earlier this year. And it's so soft. It's almost like a pillow. It's not an official pillow pet, but it's probably 24 inches. And I got it for like $2 or $3. So I was so excited to get it. It's too bad I can't resell it because, I knew immediately. I was like, oh, this is a Care Bear I could resell, but there's no way I would get it out of the house again once Emily sees it.
Yep. Shoot, I've lost the
And
tote.
she loves her new Care Bears that she got for her birthday too.
Where's my tote? Do you see my tote? Did you move my tote? Sorry, y'all. He's moved my tote.
I didn't move your coat.
Where? Oh, there it is. Got
I
it
gotta
out of the
print
way.
I gotta go to another screen so I can print my label. Oh, so okay. I still have pulled up on eBay where I was looking the other night. You were talking about on a What Sold about the Barnyard Fisher Price Barnyard Bingo,
Mm-hmm.
and that you had, and I didn't go back and listen again, but when you bought it, was it missing some pieces? Is that why you
I
parted
think
it
it was
out?
missing one of the coins.
Okay. So Emily has had that game for years. She doesn't really play anymore, although it's really still about on the level that I need to get it out and play it for her. And I don't know if we had all the coins at one point or not, but for years, I mean, she's had it since she was a kid. And I never even thought about it being Fisher Price or anything that I'd be able to find again. But she's missing one red coin. And so I've been using a little wooden nickel that's the same size, and it fits in there. So we just use that. And when you started talking about that and about parting it out, and I was like, oh, for goodness sakes, it never, ever occurred to me in my whole life that I could go on eBay and find a replacement coin for that game. I mean, this is like life-changing that we could go on eBay and find these parts and pieces of things. It just never occurred to me. So I'm looking at it right now. It's $6.20 for one red coin, but I'm pretty sure this is the one that she is missing. And I'm like, I'm gonna buy that because it will complete our game.
Yep. That's what we rely on. All right, I have to tell a funny story.
Okay.
The lady that repairs my items, we do our trade-offs church on Sundays, right? So she'll send me a message and says, I have your plushies done. I'll bring them to church. And I'll go, okay, good. I'll bring another bag for you. Well, the other day, she ended up she put them in her husband's vehicle, and he was running late, and they were going to second service, and we had finished first service. So Robert goes there on Wednesday nights for youth group. So we just said, we'll pick them up Wednesday. So they put them in the kitchen. Well, I guess, and we've done this several times, but I guess people at the church never noticed my bag of plush sitting in the kitchen. So Robert gets there the other day and it's gone. So he goes around and he asks, did anybody see a bag of stuffed animals in the kitchen? And they're like, oh, it was the preacher. He goes, oh yeah, we thought somebody put them here to donate. So they had all the plush, but they hadn't done anything with them yet. So they brought the plush to him, and Robert takes them out to the car. And then a while later, the preacher comes out with one plush, and he said, we thought this one was inappropriate, so we pulled it before it got donated. They thought it was going to kids. Well, this is what it was.
Oh my goodness! Wait, I have to go back to the. Oh no!
So he's bringing up Robert's Sunday on our way to church. He's like, he's going to be giving you that eye because he knows. Oh yeah. But forever. I buy these. You guys anytime you find these, buy them. But this one needed repaired. So let me tell you what they're my bread and butter. But
oh my goodness.
Yeah. I think I usually sell them about $9 to $10. So but yeah.
Yeah, that would be inappropriate, I'm sure.
Yeah. I wouldn't, and I don't know what I throw in these bags. I have a whole corner back here that's full of plush that I need repaired. So I just keep tossing them over there. So I wouldn't have known what was coming back. So I thought it was hilarious, but now he's probably going to look at me forever and think, what kind of person, what kind of stuff is she selling?
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, that's what I'm looking at through right now. Yep, Beth and I are kindred spirits, I think, now because of the plush. But she's what?
And you like to sell Chuck E. Cheese, right?
You know, Rebel, I had a question for you that might be a video idea. When it comes to cleaning plush, if you would want to show which ones you feel like are washer safe, like which, like, because there's different plush have different embellishments and things, and some of them I think are obviously not washer safe, but then some might be, and I just don't know it. So like some of them have like felt that's kind of stiff. Are those, if it has like felt pieces or something, I mean, are those safe to put in the washer?
I wouldn't do
No.
anything with felt or the vintage
Okay.
plush. I've done it, so I know that's what's going to happen. Is like the vintage that have the felt eyelids. It almost always wears. They
Okay.
almost always look terrible after.
Okay.
But
If they have
I
wispy
mean,
hair, is it okay for the washer, just not the dryer?
I do anything with hair. I mean, I even do the Cabbage Patch Kids with the doll head
Really?
because the water gets up in the head. You just
Mhm.
Shake it loose.
Oh, okay.
But there's a lot of things I will wash just because I'm not going to sell it the way it is anyway. So I'm going
Yeah.
to see what happens.
Yeah. Makes sense. What about a Raggedy Ann doll? Would you put a Raggedy Ann in the washer?
No, because of the yarn. Well, if it's really dirty, but the yarn here is going to,
Okay.
it's going to just kind of be a little frayed looking.
Mhm. I have a really old one, and at some point, it must have gotten dirty when I was younger, and I don't know if my mom washed it or if we tried washing it by hand, but some of the colors bled into her, and I was like, ugh, because she had like the red and white striped legs, and the red bled into the white. So
Yeah, that's the problem with them. Somebody recommended buying those dryer sheets that like do the color, and I've used them a couple of times and then I forget about them. So I think even this last load of toys I washed, something ran onto another one.
yeah, well, Amy from the Hustle Couple was talking about some kind of RIT product that is supposed to pull the color back out of stuff that it's bled into, and she was showing that. I forget
Was it
what exactly
liquid
it was
or was
called.
it one of like the dryer sheet looking things?
I don't know. She just showed the box, and it was RIT.
Adrian has a rushed in question.
Oh, let's see. Robert said somebody's got a question. Okay. Oops. Oh,
For some
yeah,
reason,
Rushtons are one of those things I wouldn't do much to it. It'll be one of those that I would say, it's going to be a collector who's going to buy it. And I would say I'm leaving all cleaning and restoration to the buyer. Because, I mean, if it's just something that can be like with the baby wipe or whatever, I would do that. But if it's extensive, just leave it for the collector to deal with. I do that with, in fact, I know I listed something this week. I don't even remember what it was, but it was that. Leaving all cleaning and restoration to the buyer because no, I will ruin it more than likely.
can't get my printer to come on.
Yeah. Rhonda, is that the like dryer sheet looking things, the laundry treatment, or is it a liquid that goes in? Because I bought the little sheets and I've used them a couple of times. Yeah, definitely not. But if it's just a little bit of stuff that needs cleaned, I would try. But if it's especially one of those ones with the rubber face and it's going to sell for hundreds of dollars, I would leave it to the buyer. You're going to take a little bit of a hit. But yeah. And then Noel's putting all kinds of stuff up here that she bought. Let's see. Here, I just learned how to do this. She got the complete set of the Commonwealth 1970s Pepsi store display. I've had the snowman. The problem with them, though, now is their size. It's going to be oversized. But because you've got the complete set, you know, it's probably going to be worth it for somebody who wants an instant collection. But yeah, definitely look those up. Pepsi store displays. I had the snowman, but yeah, I think I must have had like the 30-inch size or the snowman. Maybe that's what I had. And then let's see. She bought Krisha Playful Plush. Oh, see, like I like Krisha Playful Plush. Not many people know that brand. But it's all vintage. I bet you it's another company now, you know, Fiesta or whatever of them, because I'm not sure if they're still in business. I'm going to have to type this. Krisha Pig. Uh-oh, I'm in the solds. Some of them are like, yeah. A lot of times I sell those for like $20 to $30. 5-inch, 1988. Yep, very cute. Yep, color catchers. Yeah, that's the one I bought. I wished I could find people who would let me come back to pick something up and then give me everything else for free. That's what hell Noel got her one. That's very cool. But a lot of times they just want to get rid of their stuff anyway, especially the leftovers. Then I would just wonder about these people that have like, where was it? Again, we went somewhere the other day and they had, oh, there's a thrift store. My sister and I used to go there all the time. They had amazing stuff. But we went the last few times we've been going, somebody else bought the thrift store and they're turning it into a boutique. It's no longer a thrift store. And we said one more time, Saturday, we decided to stop. One more time, we're going to go in. And they had plush for $10. So don't want to deal with that anymore. Not going to be worth my time. Oh, gotta remember to do this. Where do you get that volume 40 stuff? What volume 40 stuff?
Cheryl Shiny Score.
Oh.
Mentioned it.
Oh, up here.
She uses it too.
Here we go. Light plush areas with volume 40 cream hair color developer. Oh, is that something you can pick up at like Sally's hair place?
Get it on Amazon.
Oh, Robert said you can get it on Amazon. What did you tell her? Because I hear her talk. Even everybody knows at this point it's Robert writing as me, right? Because you don't see me sitting here typing. Nope. And I know, I don't think I have it up here. But I know the Hustle Couple has also talked about, I must have taken it upstairs. But there's a product they use that like helps, like with dingy white vintagey type toys to get it
It's
clean.
like retro something, retro bright or retro clean or something like that.
I took it upstairs to clean something and soaked it, so it's probably under my kitchen sink now.
Has it worked for you?
Whatever it was that I soaked, yeah, it got the yellowing out. Because I don't like to use bleach. First of all, it leaves a smell. Mm-hmm. And second of all, it's hard on the fibers. I try not to. If I have to do like one little spot, I'll use a bleach.
Well, what's in the retro clean? Is it not bleach?
I don't know. No. I'll have to look at it the next time. Bring it back down here. Because otherwise it might get, my kids might use it and it wasn't cheap.
Did you buy it online? Did you have to order it?
Amazon.
I need to get some of that too, just to have.
Oh, now that we're doing more shoes, we might have to get a bottle of that, especially for cleaning tennis shoes. So far, I've been bad about shoes. I haven't been cleaning them. I just, just the ones that are just, you can tell they've been walked in. I haven't been cleaning them. I know some people clean them so that they're mint, but they're just not there yet as far as doing volume. But we had a conversation the other day about trying to find things that we could list and sell that's going to raise our, what's the word, ROI?
It's not so much about raising it, it's just finding higher things.
Finding higher. Because I sell a lot of bread and butter, and then believe me, that's what pays our bills. But it'd be nice to find some things that, sell for $30 and $40 and $50. I mean, I have them, but not as frequently as I would like. But like yesterday, y'all, I think my worst day in forever. Yesterday, my sales on eBay. Worst day ever. I just don't. And I've started doing the ending and sell similar again. I wasn't going to till the end of the month, but I can't make it to the end of the month and not be doing that because something's got to change.
Well, now I remember a week or two ago, you had a day where you were saying you didn't have any sales till like 6 p.m. It was worse than that. Yesterday was worse than that. Oh,
and you know what's funny? I'm looking at my bar graph here, and it's like Mondays and Tuesdays. Mondays and Tuesdays are my worst days almost. But yeah, I'll just tell you, it was $66 yesterday. That's terrible. So that's my word. Robert's forever saying something to me. Terrible. That's not how it's said, right? Cereal. I'm going to eat a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, I use OxyClean for white.
I do in my normal laundry. If I've got
or
more
for anything
than average light colors, I'll throw an extra scoop of that in there. But my cleaning
and I think
solution,
OxyClean is safe for colors too.
I think so.
Safer than bleach.
The cleaning solution that I make, I put OxyClean in it, but sometimes I just want an extra bump.
She said she gets it at Sally's Beauty Supply.
That's what I thought. It sounded like it was something you would buy there. Oh, yeah. All of us who need something that cleans white stuff, let's go get some. It's by our Walmart, so, in another town.
Noel says for estate sale, she listed the sites: estatesale.org, estatesale.net, Craigslist, the yard sale treasure map, and Facebook.
Yeah, Noel, I subscribe to one of those, and I get the email, but and I could probably, if I was really going to be serious about going to them, which I will, that's my goal someday, to get my garage taken care of so that I can actively go and look for cool stuff. Yeah, but I just don't like when I look. Every once in a while, like a few years ago, if I was out and driving on a Saturday, I would see signs, estate sale, and I would follow the signs and go to it, and there'd be really cool sales, but I just don't see it as much anymore. Maybe I'm just not going to the right places, but
I follow them all on Facebook. The ones that I do, they're all on Facebook because they all post pictures. Well, most of them. So
yeah, that's a good idea. And then you plan your route the night before, like where you're going to go and what you're going to do.
Nah, no, I get on, I get up early anyway. I don't list on Saturday mornings. So I get up, pull up the news. I get a lot of mine from newspapers, and I'm the one plotting it out on Yard Sale Treasure Map. So I just put them in there. That way I can follow them, and just follow the dots. And then I go on to the local Facebook groups, and then I go to all of the other pages just to make sure I've got everybody. I spend probably 30 minutes getting my route ready, and then I go grab my sister and we're off.
Oh, okay. So Robert doesn't go with you? It's your sister?
Not on Saturdays. On Fridays he goes with me.
Okay.
He usually, He usually hits a few in our town that we didn't hit on Fridays. But his son is here and they do stuff around the house and stuff like that on Saturday mornings while I'm gone. There's always a honey-do list.
Oh yeah. How far away does your sister live?
About 30 minutes. But she lives in a town that usually has quite a few yard sales anyway. So I pick her up. We hit yard sales there. Then we go to the next town. And usually by then we're running out of time. So, yeah. She eBays a little bit. Not as much as she should, Regina. But, and she's got a death piles upon death piles. But she works a full time. She works for the state, so
she buys with the intent to resell, and
yeah.
Her and I probably have some things in common then.
Yeah, she mostly does. She's gotten very good with like vintage dishware and that kind of stuff. So we usually do our two separate things. And then if she finds something I spend more of her money finding stuff for her than she does for me because I already find my stuff. And then I start looking how to spend her money. Talk her into buying stuff she really doesn't want to buy. But it's such a good deal.
But then if she really doesn't want to buy it, then it's going to probably sit at home and she's not going to get it listed.
Yeah, she'll eventually get to it. Her goal every month is to make enough to pay her car payment. So when she's not there, it motivates her. So my lights.
So Beth says she bought a wonderful Winnie the Pooh and Friends vintage Sears baby crib blanket yesterday at the bins. Came out of the wash really great with OxyClean and Tide. Good job.
My first son was Care Bears nursery. Now he's going to be 38 this year. And my second son was Winnie the Pooh.
Neat. Love it. Yeah, there's still stuff in Emily's room that's Pooh.
I love Pooh.
And her bathroom. I put some of those decals on her bathroom tile when she was little. They're still there. But she likes them fine. She doesn't care.
Ads and so forth. I'm trying to read everybody's comments. God, here. Put it up here. It'll help me. Watching the ads and so forth. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm not that organized. That's a smart idea, though.
Right. Start writing them down, jotting them down.
Put them in the map. Sometimes I'm mean. I'm thinking, I don't want to help everybody. So I'm just going to write them down on paper.
So the next comment I can relate, Cheryl Shiny Squirrel. She says she's restricted from shopping in any way. Mr. Shiny Squirrel. Yeah, that's the same here. Mr. Lizzie Faye Loves Books. It said, please stop bringing anything else into the garage until you deal with what you've got.
I've got the opposite. I'll be like, there's only 5 yard sales. Let's just stay home today and work. No, this is our job. We need to go look and see. It's always that way.
Yeah, but you're doing it. You are listing, volumes every day and selling volumes every day. And I want to get there. I do, but I'm trying. I'm a work in progress.
Yeah. I keep telling myself I'm going to get a bunch listed. And yesterday, I think I did, I don't know, maybe 40 some yesterday. Process.
See, that's amazing. That's so great.
But it was a lot of, like, Robert found a whole bunch of pins. So it's just a matter of getting everything organized. Right. And then I did some dishes and I did some Oneida ware and just that stuff's faster than like toys when you're trying to spot clean or trying to get it organized. Yeah, we will miss that one awesome yard sale.
The FOMO is so true. Yeah. That's part of the reason why, if I have to go to the post office on Saturday or even Friday and I see the signs, I'm like, I gotta go because what if that's the best yard sale ever? I don't want to miss it. It's terrible.
Robert watches, he sees signs before me a lot of times. And we were coming home Friday. We'd been out all day. It was like 3:30 in the afternoon. I was tired. I wanted to get home. And we're almost home. And he turns. There's a yard sale sign. It was our booth. They put a yard sale sign out. It was like pulled into the booth. I was like, really? Why are we going here? I don't have anything to bring here. But he saw a yard sale sign.
So did you end up finding anything?
No, we didn't go in.
No, you didn't go in.
It was like, no.
But you never know.
They have a yard. I go in there when I bring my stuff and I look around, but I don't normally buy a whole lot of stuff there. It's mostly to bring stuff to replenish, which I'm barely making. I'm making enough, but yeah, it still hasn't grown. But she's opening up flea market now around it. So I'm hoping doing flea markets on the weekend. And then there's people who have already started buying spots around the building that hopefully it's going to start drumming up more business.
We're going to do a yard sale, get rid of junk.
Yes. And I filled the trailer already when we were cleaning out the building to make room for the clothes. The thing is already full. The trailer's full. And I'm just going to go there one Saturday, maybe even Sunday after church, and try to get rid of all the extra junk we have that's not eBay worthy.
What are you going to do? Put it in your booth?
No, we're just going to have my booth is full.
Oh, okay.
So I just went in there the other day and took 2 more huge loads of stuff. And so it's packed for a while. And clothes aren't doing well there because she's the lady that owns the thrift store. She has like half the building is clothing. So people don't really come up to my booth to look for clothes. So I'm going to get all the clothing out of there, plus all of our other stuff that we've decided not to put on eBay, and just do a quick quick yard sale and recoup our money. And
cool.
Noel's in the feed somewhere. Sometimes if she wants to come on, let us know. But it's kind of quiet without Lori. Our living room is my stock room. Oh, yeah. Part of my kitchen is overflow. We have plans to convert our basement as soon as doctor gives me the clear. Yeah.
Nice.
This is our basement, so it can get out of control very quickly. But I'm going.
Looks like you got it pretty well organized. That's good.
It has to be.
Yeah, it kind of. It's not as well as I would like it, or as good as I would like it to be, but it's better than it could be. How about that?
What's your square footage of your usable space
Down here?
in the basement?
750 square feet.
Maybe 750. It's half because the other side behind this wall right here is my 2 older sons have rooms in there, have their beds in there. Although
Their divider.
I have a divider in there, which is like 3 sets of shelves that I've divided their huge space, because some days I don't feel like going next door, which is just across the road. I mean, parking lot right here. So I have my overflow over there.
In the shelves
Yeah, in the shelves over here.
that divide their room.
Yeah, they weren't too happy with me taking their space. My house, my rules, right? And they're 20 and 21. At some point, they need to go.
You got to push them out somehow, right? And then think of all that space you'll have.
One's in school and one's contemplating going back to school. So as long as they're in school, we're good.
Lance is only here.
Yeah, and Lance, my 21-year-old, goes between his dad and our house. So
Cheryl says she may buy a shed, but she would love. She said may buy a shed, but it would have to go where Mr. Shiny Squirrel sets up the above ground pool. Okay. Yeah, my husband doesn't want a shed. He doesn't think, well, because I used to ask him, couldn't we just get one just to have like extra space and extra storage? And he's just afraid that with the Florida weather that it wouldn't hold up and whatever I put in it would be subject to damage. So
Yeah, the heat. You might end up with
yeah,
mildew and
heat and hurricanes and all that. So and he's not wrong. That's definitely true. Well, Robert said never. Send
what
me
did
a
he
link. I'm
say?
at the storage unit so I can talk. He said never.
What'd you say
Robert,
that to?
Sandra P.
about sending Noel a
Oh,
link.
oh.
No, that's no.
No, that ain't about Noel.
That's not about Noel, but yeah, we can make it about Noel. Send her a link.
I don't know how to do that. This was the
Oh,
problem
he
last
was answering Sandra P about at what point do you decide you don't need more room, but rather need to donate old stock or buy faster, healthier items. And that's what he was saying never to.
Oh no. I
Yeah.
don't every once in a while I'll find something and it's like, okay, I've had this for a while and I've relisted it several times and it hasn't moved. Then I'll just take it to my booth. But for the most part, everything eventually sells. Eventually. I mean, I've said it's been 15 years for a few recent sales, but I knew eventually it would sell.
Yeah.
You need to go to StreamYard and copy the link. Get an invite link.
Okay, hold on. Oh, an invite.
And since I've started doing eBay, I've been reevaluating all the stuff that I set aside for a yard sale. And so now my husband's like, well, let's go ahead and have a yard sale and get rid of the stuff that you don't want to put on eBay. And I'm like, but I think most of it I'm going to put on eBay. So I don't know. I've got to just go through it and see. Because I found some cool stuff the last time I went through it. I found a Lisa Frank figurine and I mean, just a bunch of random stuff that I would have, that I didn't know about before.
I was watching, who was I watching? Commonwealth Flipper Picker the other day, Kevin. And he was at the 100-mile yard sale and he showed another YouTuber who had picked up a Lisa Frank bag and sleeping bag combo type thing and had it listed for like $599.
Wow. Wow.
Robert, I don't know what I'm doing.
Did you copy the link?
Yes, but I can't seem to get to Gmail.
Type Gmail.
Yes. Because I don't know what. Look. Oh, I'm using the wrong keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look what Robert typed. He said she's getting it, but she's technically incompetent. So
I am so bad. And I told you guys when I was doing the video for Bolo Buddies, my phone kept turning off at the Goodwill bins. Well, it did it to me again this weekend. So I drove straight to Verizon and now I've got a new phone, which is funny because hold on. I'm trying to figure out Noel.
When she does come on and you have somebody to talk to, I'm gonna turn my camera off for just a second and run check on Emily and get me some more coffee. So when Noel comes on, I'm gonna run away, just so you know.
All right, hold on. Robert's coming to help me because I can't do it. Well, anyway, when I went to Verizon
Robert
and
to
said,
the
look, my
rescue.
phone keeps overheating, he was like, well, that's not good. Let's go ahead and order you another one. One of the first things that popped up on what's wrong with the phone is it overheats. So they are very aware that there's a problem with this new Google Pixel.
You see, I went to your sense.
What kind of phone is it?
A Google Pixel 6, the newest
Oh, I've never
one.
heard of that.
I like them, but my phone has given me grief since we got it. All right.
Yeah, Cheryl, my girls both had Lisa Frank stuff, and I'm pretty sure some of it's still around. So I definitely gotta list some of that. Did you ever find FJ Treasures? They're a husband-wife couple that sell a lot of plush and toys. Not
Yes.
too long ago, she found some Lisa Frank stuff.
Yeah, she's starting to come through my feed now of stuff when I'm
Yeah,
watching
good.
videos.
Good.
I gotta keep remembering to go in and thumbs up everybody so that I get more of their videos. That's the
I
problem.
forget to do that too.
I do too. It's
I will remember to comment before I remember to click the thumbs up.
yeah. No, I don't comment. I need to comment more. But sometimes I'm just in my own zone and I'm just listening and the video's gone and moved on before I even think, oh wait, I didn't even thumbs up.
Right.
Oh yeah, Rhonda. Yeah. I don't know if I followed them. I need to follow them.
Noel says put the link in an Instagram chat.
Huh?
It went to email.
She said, Robert said he sent it to your email. But if you need me to send it on Instagram, we can do that too. No, not we. He can do that too. I drive myself crazy. It's like I'm dreading getting my phone replaced again because I always have trouble with it.
I hate breaking
I lost all my
phone.
game not my game saves, but I lost like all of my. I like to play a couple of games on my phone, but I lost all of my accumulated treasures this last time we switched phones. You made Noelle sad because you said as soon as she gets here, you're leaving.
I'm just joking. I'm not going far. I'll be right back.
Yep. All right, I'm going to take a quick picture of my doll over here that I showed you guys so I can get it logged. I'm a tape measure.
I realized I hadn't reset my organizer cards for the day. I'll do that.
Ow. Cheryl, I go into my YouTube stuff and it's all kinds of like Robert likes to watch the videos where people are seeing from their car cams things that go wrong or go amiss.
Idiots in cars.
Yeah, idiots in cars. So my whole feed is full of that kind of stuff because he forgets that he's in my YouTube and he's watching that kind of stuff. It's crazy. And so I have to start. The only way I can get decent videos is pick one, and then you can pick the ones on the side that you want to watch if you're going to not keep scrolling. But yeah, it's annoying. Let me see what else he's got on my YouTube. I'm going right now.
I try to stay off of it.
Oh yeah. For some reason, all this stuff with Johnny Depp is on here.
I don't like
My husband doesn't use my YouTube feed. He's got his iPad and he keeps his own because since I became a YouTuber, I keep my account. I keep it. He doesn't break into it. So
Yeah, I gotta give Robert access to it so he can do all my
well,
videos,
yeah, of course,
all my
of course.
tech.
So my husband doesn't help me with mine. He helped me initially with the very first video, figure out how to edit, and after that, he was like, "I think this is going to be a time waster. Don't think you need to do it," and so he hasn't been helpful.
All right, hold on, Noel.
When I finally got monetized, he was a little better about it.
Oh, did you?
Oh, you talking to me? No, I'm talking about when my channel got monetized, years ago. He was better. He was a little better about it, but still, he's not.
I know. I was reading that.
Not a big fan of it.
It's sent.
Did you send her the correct code? It looks like it is.
Yeah, of course I said. Did you copy the right code?
I did. I don't know where else. Go into something else. I did. That's the number.
C2XS, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Let me go into Instagram.
All right. Hold on, y'all. He's trying to get Noel in here with us.
Trying to take care of two technically incompetent people at the same time.
I
can't-
doubt it's her. It's me.
You can't send an email and Noel can't receive an email, so we'll be in trouble.
Whew.
Yes. As soon as she can start speaking to you, she's going to be yelling.
I'm going outside. As soon as she can respond, I'm going outside, so I don't have to.
We're both getting out of here, Robert.
That's right. I don't want to hear her hollering at me.
There she is. Uh-oh. No, you got to go back and copy it again. See, I even knew that. All right, here we go. All right. Hopefully she'll be here in a second. You went to the wrong screen.
Oh, did I?
Yes. Okay. So yesterday we've been piling up all of our things that need cleaned on a shelf upstairs. And so Robert started yesterday. So I have some of the first small appliance stuff that I've listed in really, really long time that he's starting to get cleaned up for me.
Oh,
I need to clean my desk area. It's a mess. If y'all could see me now, it's horrible. Ugh,
and
a
yet,
mess here.
Mm-mm. I'm still watching, Noel. Maybe she's in the middle of something.
She says no email is to be found.
Yep. Well, he sent you something on Instagram now.
Cheryl says my husband
Yeah.
always tells me to start a channel. Oh, you have some videos, Cheryl? I'll have to look them up.
Yep.
I gotta look you up right
Yeah.
now.
I'm so glad Robert takes care of the editing for me because I couldn't do, especially the way that we do them with the pop-up screens and the
Maybe
comps
Cheryl would
and-
like to come on too, so she can help us argue with Noel.
Noel's going to say bad things. She's already called me the peanut gallery.
Yes.
Just waiting for today.
Yeah, Robert's Cheryl Shiny Squirrel. Robert's helped a couple of people already. You guys can just do a Zoom and he'll take one of my videos and show you how he's editing them. He doesn't mind doing that.
She might like to come on today. We could have a 4.
Yeah.
Since we don't
We've
have
already been declined once though. Beth wouldn't come on.
That's all right. Not
Let's
everybody wants to be on
see.
YouTube.
I didn't want to be on YouTube. I got forced into it. Yes, I did. Ooh, I don't think I can list this. You missed
Oh, there you are. You have 7 subscribers and 5 videos. I found you. Cleaning my dirty pickle. Fun.
See, yeah, Robert helped hydrants, so yep, he doesn't mind, and it gets because he'll be working on a video anyway. I just did comps last night on one. We're 6 behind right now, but at least we're in May, so it's not old stuff.
Cheryl, I just subscribed. So now you have 8 subscribers.
I'm gonna have to go look. I think I have
I
already.
just checked.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
try
have
to grab as many as I can.
you have a double amputee foster kitten. Oh my goodness. Oh, we have a foster. We have actually 2 fosters now, but the second one that's a little bit older. Pretty sure that Katie is going to talk her dad into letting her keep that one because it's a orange kitty. And 2 years ago, the day before her 16th birthday, her most special orange kitty, who was amazing, I accidentally let him out and he got hit by a car and it was my fault. And this is the night before her 16th birthday. So needless to say, her birthday was horrible. So now, earlier, what day was it? It's been less than a week ago. Somebody from her work called and said, somebody's on the phone. They're at the animal control parking lot with an orange kitten and they're wondering if we'll take it. And she's like, yes, I want it. So she like ran up there and brought it home. It didn't need as much. It wasn't in a life-threatening situation other than the fact they were in an animal control parking lot. But she brought it home, and he is super cute. She's named it Cheeseburger. If he ever comes in here, he's running around loose. If he comes in here, I'll show him to you. But the little baby is only a week and a half old, and her eyes opened up day before yesterday. So I hear her little peeps out of her, but she's not screaming at me to feed her, so I'm just letting her sleep until she's ready to eat.
Yeah, my sister was doing neonatal kitten care, fostering. I think she'll probably start back at it again, but she's got a couple of foster fails too that she ended up keeping.
So the Veranda file says she's got 2 videos up too. So yeah, you guys have to tell us if you have videos so we can watch them and subscribe.
Yeah. I hate cleaning stuff. Hate it. 3 orange. See, I've never had the orange tabbies. We always, the only cats we end up with is people keep dumping them on us because we live out in the country.
Yeah.
So we had a mama and 4. It's been years now. But they all had significant health. They were the most expensive free cats I've ever had.
Oh, my goodness.
Kidney stones and just everything. It was terrible.
Oh, man. So Veranda files, in parentheses, the word HEIDRUN, is that your name? Hydron? Is that how you say it? Am I saying it right? So you have 40 subscribers, and it says you have 21 videos. That's awesome. A lot of them are shorts.
Noel says try sending the link again.
Oh my
You know you're never going to hear the end of this, Noel.
He's
You can take the heat from me.
doing it on purpose.
It'd be faster if we did this by passenger pigeon.
All right.
All right, so I subscribe to
picture.
Veranda files also.
Waffle maker. Big old heavy waffle maker.
Ooh.
Did you show it?
Not
You should
yet.
show it.
I had to finish cleaning it because you didn't.
Did you
get
sell
this
it?
one here.
Did you sell it, or are you just now listing it?
I'm just now listing it. All right, he sent it again
In Instagram.
in Instagram.
So Cheryl, you consider a foster fail if you end up keeping them.
Yep.
And if that's the case, then we have one that you would consider a foster fail. He's kind of a spoiled teenager now, but we ended up keeping him. And then we have this little baby one whose her eyes just opened. We are definitely going to find her a home, and we found a home for one that we had like a month ago. My husband actually found a coworker who was interested. They had been talking about getting a cat, so they came over to our house and picked it up and everything. So that was good. But now we have 2 that my husband's still calling them fosters. And I told him before she brought home, before the orange kitten even came up, I said, if she ever gets an orange kitten to foster, you're not going to be able to part her from it. You're just not going to be able to, due to the circumstances. But he's still holding out hope because we have 5 other cats, so not counting the 2 fosters.
Yep. Oh. Trying to find serial numbers, model numbers, something. Definitely, if you have serial numbers. Oh, here she comes.
All right.
There she is.
Hey there. Hi.
The weather here is manic depressive because yesterday it was almost 75.
Oh my goodness.
And today it's cold.
It was raining and the wind was just blowing. Oh my gosh. It's always something.
Yep.
So do you have Wi-Fi? You have Wi-Fi there in your storage unit, or do you have a hotspot, or what?
No, I'm just on my phone.
You're just on your phone.
I have unlimited data
Good. That's awesome.
Same.
and I use it all. I use it and they slow me down and I still use it.
Yeah, we pay the max amount in our area to make sure we have the most
My
data.
goal was to get to this table and all of this is empty boxes. And I cleared this whole spot out. I have
Awesome.
boxes I'm sorting stuff into, so I might be out. You think I can do it by the end of the month?
I think so.
Yeah, because you've still got half the month left. We just hit the midpoint Monday, so you've still got 2 weeks.
We'll see. I don't want to go in and say, oh, I think I need to keep it another month because I don't.
Right.
This stupid storage unit, this one that I'm standing in, I can get 3. It's 12 by 30. But you see, if you don't have shelves in your storage units, you're not using all of it.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to have a unit to get out. Like, is the guy not in the office? Then use this. What did you get in with? Oh, they didn't give you a code to get in. I don't want to give you the code because it's my personal code. Everybody has their own code, if that makes sense. Here, I'll walk. I'm gonna walk down here and let the FedEx guy out. He's stuck.
Oh no. Stuck in.
You better let him know he's on a live stream right now.
Yeah.
He's on YouTube stuck.
Yeah, sorry, on eBay. So I had to let the police and fire in too. They're supposed to have a specific code to get in. They couldn't get in. I think all of them do. All of them do, don't they? Because I have another one. Yeah. It should. Go ahead. I'll open it up for you.
All right, I gotta run and check on Emily real quick and get me some more coffee.
Alrighty.
I'll be right back.
Oh, this is heavy.
Funny, I wonder where the guy in the office is not doing his job. Anyway, which leads to my favorite person isn't here. This storage unit, when I first got it, it was they make you buy insurance, which wouldn't insure anything. I have, your homeowner's insurance covers your storage units up to 70, depending on how you have it set up. So I have $182,000 worth of insurance that covers my storage units. Because I have mine for $5 extra a month, I could have it at my storage units would be covered at 70% of what my house is valued at.
That's good.
If any of you guys that have storage units, they make you have insurance now, and they usually charge you $9 to $20 a month. If you have homeowners insurance and you just take that front page of your homeowners insurance in and give it to them, then you don't have to pay that. So if you have multiple units, they're charging you that extra money every month. So I think when I first got it, it was with tax and everything, it was $409. And then at 6 months, they just upped the price. So now this unit right here is costing me almost $500 a month. 2 10 by 20s a mile down the road from my new house are, one of them is $220 a month at regular price. So that's $440, which is still less than this and more space. So what I'm doing is I'm separating all the books and the ephemera, and that's going in one 10 by 20, and all the hard goods and toys are going in the other one. But for the first 2 months, I got 50% off both of them. So it was $137 by the time I paid all the whatever fees. So $220 for 2 months worth of two. Am I making any sense?
Yeah.
So the first 2 months I'm only paying $220, which is nice because I have another one right here, the same size that has all of my personal stuff because I don't have a garage at the new house. So this one has to go first. And then the second one's going because I have decided that anything that is in that storage unit that I have opened once to put boxes in, I probably don't need because I haven't missed it or touched it. The only thing I'm going to keep in there that's personal is we have a family, it's on its 5th or 6th generation. It's an apple cider press that I use every year, and my canning stuff and some of my tools. Other than that, the rest of it, I'm of the mind, if you don't use it, lose it. So it's either going to go to flea markets. I'm going to possibly do high bid auction with my friends, Jake and, oh my God, Erica, that they go by the Portland Pickers. They have a YouTube channel. They don't have a lot on their stuff, but they do a lot of YouTube stories. Did you see the stupid Rebel? Did you see the stupid plastic 3x5 or 5x8 file box that I sold last night?
Uh-uh.
I put my weird sales on Instagram. I make a story and I make a reel because I want people to see that the stuff that I show them actually sells, because I show the stuff that people don't. It just about does me in to watch sourcing videos from a lot of people, and they go to 25 sales and they come back with 5 or 6 things, maybe 20 things. They've drove all this time, and I'm watching them walk past all this stuff that is worth so much money that they can pick up for pennies, right? I have a whole series on it. Let's talk about it. So I will buy this stuff and show it to them. Sometimes I'll buy it and I'll wait until it sells because I want them to see how much money I got for this stupid little thing that they would never even consider selling, because they're out there. People want this stuff and they aren't getting it if you're not buying it and listing it. Now, I think I had that thing listed for 6 months, but somebody bought it, and I had it listed way higher than the few others that were on there. Somebody bought it full price last night. I think it was with shipping and tax and everything, it was $30-some for this little brown plastic 5x8 vintage card box.
Cool.
Yeah.
I just went, you said Instagram, so I went on there. And what came up, there's Rebel filming a video. Fun.
Now, Robert, I think he's given up on me actually posting on Instagram, and so he took a picture of me taking pictures or doing a video or something.
Yeah, that's great. I love those behind the scenes kind of things.
Instagram and all of that as a time suck, and the peanut gallery is really good at that.
Yes, he is. He could be doing that for me.
That's right. I'm gonna have to put
But I have to be nice because you wouldn't believe he'll save a thumbnail for my next video that will be just like this awful,
my gosh.
awful picture.
Sorry. Say that
And then
one more
he'll have a
time. I'm
nice,
sorry.
he'll have a nice one.
Oh, you got an Alf.
I
Aw.
do, but he's not again, this is the third thing. His voice box
Aw.
isn't working.
I'm in
Yeah.
a Discord group
Just-
called Killing Time with Cozies, and we all read cozy mysteries. And there's someone in there. Her channel name is Melmac. And
Mm.
every time the leader, one of the leaders of the group, she's like, every time and I think it's like a combination of her name. Her name is probably like Melinda McDonald or something like that, you know. But the other leader, she's like, every time I see your name, I think of Alf from Melmac.
Just go to Build-A-Bear and buy a voice box and have the peanut gallery record Alf's voice.
Yeah.
Put that voice box in there. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. He's officially going to be the peanut gallery from now on.
How
Rebel
much
in
is
the
Alf
peanut
going
gallery.
for? How much are you listing him for?
I don't know yet. I'm looking right now. Alf
I
plush.
want to tell you guys. See these seemingly innocuous things that we all have used in the kitchen that you can pick up for 25, 50 cents at a yard sale that will sell for $20 a piece. They are vintage Echo. This one is design, whatever, made in Japan. They're stainless steel. They're riveted. Even the plastic. Let's see if I can find one of the plastic ones. Apparently not.
Wait, I'm sorry. I was trying to look at your Instagram post, but it has too much sound, and I had to mute myself. Wait, what is that? A can opener?
You guys know what
That's
this
the
is?
handles on
This
a.
is a handle to a square Corningware pot. So if you put that
Okay.
pan, in the oven,
Yeah.
you put this on and you turn it right on there. Or if you need to pour gravy out because you used it on the stove, these sell anywhere between $9 and $12 depending on what you price it at. So, you know, I have a whole video on kitchen utensils, literally.
Yeah.
I love kitchen stuff. I majored in home ec in college, so I love kitchen stuff. Vintage.
I like
kitchen
the vintage
is fun.
stuff, not for me to keep, but to
Somebody
sell. I
has
love.
that, I can't see the chat, which sucks. Somebody has that specific ladle that they love and it broke or it got melted, and they will never be happy with another ladle because it's just not the same. And they will come on to eBay and guess what? Guess who has one? This girl.
Rebel put up the got junk in her trunk comment where she starts out Noel is right so that Noel can read it.
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't
here.
see it.
Hold on. I just learned how to do this today.
Noelle is right. People laugh at me when I purchase things and then bam, sold. And for good money, I get most of the items after the bin. Yep. Rhonda and I, that's got junk in our trunk is Rhonda. And she and I source a lot of Rhonda used to own an estate. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rhonda. Gonna tell her life story. Rhonda used to own an estate sale company and she ran estate sales for a long time. She knows her stuff. Anyway, but you know, it's that and it's that those little innocuous things like that the estate sale companies know nobody's going to really, I mean, everybody looks for Cutco. I shouldn't say that. Most everyone looks for Cutco knives or they'll look for certain brands. And while they're rummaging through looking for those certain brands, they could have pulled out all of the vintage Echo. They could have pulled out all of the vintage melamine. Even the melamine stuff that's stained will sell. For 15, 20 bucks, I sell it all the time. So it's kind of like how plush are your bread and butter. Those utensils, you've been selling flatware recently, Rebel, right?
Yep.
So look at
Lots.
the kitchen utensils. They're cheap. Sometimes they're even cheaper than the Plus. And you would be amazed at how much they sell for, especially if you can get a whole set. Because usually they'll have, if they have the fork, because sometimes there's 3 or 4 flats of kitchen utensils in a kitchen, right? If they have the fork, they probably have the spoon, the ladle, and the spatula.
When you said you were going to tell Rhonda's life story, she's like, uh-oh.
I just pulled part of it. If they have a lot of those Corningware pans, somewhere they have this.
What is he doing?
He's trying to show you guys Sherry's cat. Cheryl's cat.
Oh,
Oh.
Cheryl Penny Squirrel. I
But
sold
it's not
something.
working.
The one that's a
Oh.
WAMPT. Oh, look how precious.
Oh, they are seeing it. All right.
Kitty.
There's one. Oh, Ty. That's hilarious. I love that. Oh, how cute. Very cute.
I gotta find out where I'm at. No, there.
Holy
Look
cow.
at the tunnel.
Look at the tunnel. There we go.
I just sold some vintage Sirocco wood. Do you guys know about Sirocco wood? I
How
have
do you
a
spell it?
video on it. I just sold a set of pheasants that hang on the wall for 30. What did I sell them for? $43.74 plus shipping.
Nice.
How do you spell Sirocco wood?
It is
Oh, S.
SYROCO. If you guys are bored and you want to learn some stuff, I mean, obviously there's jibber jabber in there because I don't know how to. Somebody left a message on one of my videos. I was 15 minutes in before you were done with all the hellos and all this. I'm like, all right, so fast forward because
Right.
I'm not going to not say hello to people. They're the people that are there to see the video and support us, right?
Yeah.
I know that's the crazy thing. I've watched Ginger Marvin, and they have somebody that keeps complaining about them thanking the buy me a coffee at the beginning, and I'm like, just fast forward through it if you don't want to see it. Don't complain about it. That's how they want to do their videos.
Yeah. I had one of those too, and I think Beth took care of it for me.
I haven't had it yet.
You know, sometimes especially in my videos, sometimes I get talking about something and it'll be 5 minutes before I get to my stuff
So
that
what?
I really was going to talk about.
That's all right.
Yeah.
People like
All right.
that's when you're there. You know, there could be somebody tuned into your channel that when you're doing your solds and hauls and stuff, and you're talking about the troubles that you're having. There could be somebody's having the same troubles and they don't know what to do or who to ask. They're a newer seller, and you talk about it and you just help them.
I know
Yep.
somebody made the comment the other day. They didn't realize you could contact eBay through Facebook. They were like, what is this magic? Because I had a neutral feedback removed. So many people don't know that.
Click on that comment you have on the screen and it'll go away.
Oh, I know. I keep forgetting.
I have a hard time with that too. People will tell me, you've had the same comment on the screen for 30 minutes now.
But Rebel just learned how to do that today. So
Today. I don't know. I knew
Beth
you
says
could
it
do
takes
it.
a lot of nerve to tell someone how to do their own videos, right?
Yeah, but they're just keyboard warriors. They're not out there doing it. You know, my son works for a federal program called Gear Up, and he started with my youngest son of 2. Started with the kids in the 7th grade, and they're all going to be seniors next year. And he's like a support staff, and so he'll be with them through one more year after they graduate. And he said they went to a training seminar last week or the week before, and he always was giving me a hard time. Like when I moved, he goes, "Mom, you got so much crap," and I go, "Most of this crap that's in here is eBay stuff." And he goes, "No, you got a bunch of crap yourself." And I go, "Don't worry about that, Ryan. I'm getting rid of a lot of it. If I haven't used it or touched it or it needs to be dusted and whatever." I said more. I left almost all my furniture. They're going to tear down the house, so it doesn't matter. And they told us we could leave whatever we wanted and they wouldn't be mad. So I didn't save a lot of personal stuff, but he and his girlfriend will go out on the weekend and they'll go to thrift stores, and he's sending me pictures. He has now put Google Lens on his phone. I already comped it, Mom. Do you want me to pick this up for you?
I wish I could get my kids to do that.
And so they were at this thing, and he told me last weekend, he goes, "Everybody that I work with thinks you're pretty neat." And I go, "They don't even know me." And he goes, "They do. They watch your videos." And I go, "How the hell do they know I have a channel?" And he goes, "Well, I told him I get these kids come in and they're like, I want to be a YouTuber and it's so hard." And he goes, "My mom is 54 years old and she sells on eBay and that's her only job. And she has a YouTube channel. She's monetized. She does Instagram." And he goes, "If she can do it, you can do it. Let's figure it out." And they're like, "Your mom?" Anyway, so now all of his friends, his boss and all of these people at work, like I sold a lamp, a hanging swag lamp for $500 and some last Friday. And when I showed that in my live haul, everybody was all poo-pooing it and how ugly it was. And it was funny when we moved and I was putting my inventory away and I put that box way up high because I knew what was in it. I was like, I really want to take this to my house and hang it in my living room because it fits. And I didn't. And literally they bought it. I researched that sucker for days. Kath and her slipper a while back, and Yvonne Thrifty Rich, who's one of my good friends. We had a heck of a time. I finally found something on it and I was like, holy crap. So I priced that sucker high. They wanted $90. It was half off. I paid $45 for it. It took me almost a year and it sold. One day it just sold full price.
That's nice.
So, believe in yourself when you see something. If you think in your gut that might be worth something. And I guess my other piece of advice is just because you don't like it doesn't mean somebody else won't.
Exactly. And ugly sales and all of that stuff too.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Thank you, Katrina. It's nice. We enjoy. And like you guys are saying, this Sirocco stuff. I bought something that looks like it. So I'm going to go try to find it real quick and see if you guys tell me, is this it?
Sirocco, so if you go watch that video that I did on Sirocco wood, it's under my Let's Talk About Me playlist. I go into the history of it, and there are links in the description of that video about some history on Sirocco. But it's not just, and then when some other companies that make similar stuff to it. So, I found a whole box at an estate sale, and these guys had been running this estate sale for their grandma's stuff for like 4 weekends, and they were just done. She was like, "It's the same place I bought 44 Furbies for $2 a piece."
Oh, the cow. Dang. That would be an amazing haul.
Yep. Anyway, but Sirocco wood, I've sold some of the pieces that I had to Russia before the ban, and a couple of the really old ones because I couldn't even find anything out there like them, but they're usually marked on the back. There's a marking on the back.
Hold on, they might be over here. Dang it. I have so much stuff.
I got a box for donation.
I had muted myself because I'm straightening my desk and I'm shuffling paper around, so I was trying not to make extraneous noise. Just trying to make sense of this desk. It's a mess.
Mine's a mess too, and I haven't even lived there long enough for it to be a mess. I think it's a mess because everything just gets. I have a standing desk. Sorry, you guys, I didn't make you look up my nose. This cleaning out
can't
my
find it.
is killing me because I'm just like, oh, I gotta get that listed. Oh, I gotta get that listed. And I'm like, I can't. I gotta get that moved. So,
Yeah. I have so many piles, and then it's like, okay, I'll try to start one, and then I get distracted, squirrel, get on to the next one and get on to the next one.
I have a freaking knitting machine sitting on the floor here that I paid. What did I pay for that? I paid $25 for it. I kid you not. Can you see it?
Yep.
It's not just a knitting machine. Okay, so how do I know about those? Because my mother and my sister and I knitted. My sister has like 20 of them. My sister knew that I had it. She'd want it. And she'd pay me whatever I wanted for it. But she already has 7 of them sitting in her front room because she can't get them up to her knitting room because she just hasn't gotten them up there. So am I gonna?
I had a knitting machine that I parted out because somebody sold it to me saying, oh, it works perfectly. And it was missing the main motorized part.
This has never been used.
Yeah, well,
Never
I
been
sold
used.
the heck
And
out of
it's
it.
not- It's actually 2 knitting machines because they didn't know what they had. It was the last day of the sale. They had an idea. They knew they had a knitting machine. They didn't realize they had 2 knitting machines. They didn't realize it was up in the attic. They had it priced still at a fairly decent price, but I think I ended up paying $25 for both of them together.
Wow.
So $12.50 a piece because they thought it was all one piece. And I told them that. I said, there's 2 knitting machines there. It just needs to be gone, is what he said. But that gal at that estate sale did macrame and all of that stuff. I got all of her yarn and the wooden beads and everything.
That's good.
It's kind of one of those things where if somebody crafted, they started a craft, more than likely they bought everything they needed to do that craft. So if you find 1 or 2 pieces somewhere, you're guaranteed you're probably going to find the rest of it somewhere else. Lots of times you may find it in a box in the garage because that's where they stashed it.
Yep.
Because they
I
quit
keep
doing
telling
it.
myself I'm going to start macrame again.
Oh, I love it. My brother made a Buddha. You guys know that Buddhas are worth money.
Wait, look. Wait, we're twinning.
You got it? Is it the same one? Does he have a little hole in his belly to put incense in?
Yes. That's funny. Let's see. I don't know. I think I only paid $0.25 for mine. It was in the bathroom of an estate sale.
I think I paid 50 cents. It says 10, but I got them on the last day and she bundles.
Yep.
Is yours labeled?
No, mine's not labeled.
So
mine says Orchids of Hawaii, though.
Mine's Benihana of Tokyo.
Yep. Mine just says Orchids of Hawaii, Japan. Oh, wait. No, I lied. Look, I paid a half price, $1. That's funny. We both had it at the same time. I'm going to make Robert look for that box because I think it looks like this stuff. But maybe not. Is it real wood or is it like
some
resin
of the
wood?
The Sirocco wood is like, it's almost like they took wood and they mulched it up and they made a pulp out of it. And they put that through the molds and pressed them. And then as their company went on further, you'll find those. Oh man, I wish I had a piece of it here to show you. You'll see those gaudy, and I say gaudy, but I have some of them. they're almost always gold. It'll be a shelf and a mirror set. Sometimes they'll be I have a set of Sirocco plastic owls wall hangings. A lot of their stuff was wall hangings. So if you just go and type Sirocco into eBay, it ought to bring up quite a few things.
Yeah, I'm looking. Mine's a wood box.
Yeah. Let me see. Is that in your hand? Is that
No,
it?
I can't. This
No.
is my
Oh, that's
phone.
your
I
phone.
can't find it. I just did it in a video though, but I haven't released it yet. But it's
You know,
it's
I
in
have
a
to
tote.
I have to tell you how to do your videos now, Rebel, because it wouldn't be right if I didn't. If you put your sourcing and haul videos out before you put your wet solds, you have people that follow you that would like to buy some of your stuff
I know.
that can't because you already sold it. So
I know. I've got to get this I've got to get caught up. I would love
know,
that to be the way it
I'm
is.
Robert
just
had wanted
teasing
to keep the haul videos so that they have a bank of videos.
I don't want that.
You don't want that?
I want to be able to do a video, get input too, because like sometimes I release it and it's a month later and I needed help identifying something and it's long gone. You know, I've done the work. I figured it out. But
oh dear, I just poked this kitten in the
you
eye.
can
You could come up with some other ideas for like evergreen videos that you could do one of those and keep that like for emergency, or like if you're I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to mute because my little baby here is
not bothering me. I don't know if she's bothering anybody else. I don't think she is. I just had to say that to give you crap because we were talking about people telling us how to do our videos and stuff.
But yes, I want to get caught up. So, I mean, when I do my live, almost every time I do a live haul, I sell something.
Sure.
But I don't do them very often.
Do you think this vintage K-Swiss box that's turned to crap is worth money? Actually, it is, but guess what? It's going in the garbage. You can only save so much stuff, right?
Yes. Sometimes we got to tell ourselves no.
What was the thing you just picked up that you said was worth money?
It was an old K-Swiss brand shoebox.
So, okay, a funny story. I was going through all of the shopping bags that had accumulated, like I keep a bag full of just random, colorful shopping bags. I used to use them when we did Awana and the kids would buy stuff for Christmas and we would send them home with like a shopping bag with their stuff that they had bought from the Awana store. Well, so I don't do Awana anymore, but I still keep saving bags. And so I thought, I bet that these shopping bags are worth something on eBay. So I pulled out a whole bunch of them and I've got them bagged up and in the garage ready to list. And Katie was throwing one away and I was like, no, let me have that. She's like, no, you can't have that. You just throw it away. Just throw it away. And I'm like, no, seriously, this is worth money. So I had to pull up a sold comp of exactly the kind of stuff that I have. And she's like, she's like, I don't want to hear it, but it's just validating me on the stuff that I want to keep. And so, she's like determined that it's trash.
Beth said in the chat that this is a tiki mug and that's a hole for a straw. And then if I don't behave, she's going to fly out here and make me.
Yeah, I knew that was a tiki mug. I found it a couple of times, so I knew to grab it. I think there's several in that series.
There's not enough room in there for anything alcoholic. There's hardly any room in there. I don't drink anyway, so I don't care.
I don't either.
Who am I?
Oh, forgot my tag.
Trying to get these audio cassette books. Liz, you already know this. Audio cassette books are worth some money.
Yeah, I've got one over here so far. I've got all these CDs I've got to get listed, but yeah.
I bought a whole collection, somebody's lifelong collection of their rock CDs, and I got them for cheap because they had, I don't know, it was 8 boxes of them, big ones, filled my whole Jeep up. They had Grateful Dead t-shirts advertised on the front part of the estate sale, and I was like, somebody's gonna have to camp there for 2 days in line to get those great. I could care less, right? I'm gonna find anyway. When you see something like that, so there was a lot of people there and they had a lot of stuff. I mean, they had tents covering their whole yard. They had so much stuff in the back. When you see sales like that, don't just think, oh, I want to go get the vintage t-shirts. Think about the vintage pins that go on your shirt, or kids, the vintage music, the vintage DVDs, because they probably have VCR, VHS, and DVDs from the concerts of these people. Not just so they had one whole corner about the size of my Jeep that was just all of the music. I got so much ephemera and pin backs and stuff that people weren't even looking at because they were just after the t-shirts, right? So I kept watching these guys looking at all the music, and they were freaking out because there was Led Zeppelin, there was Ozzy Osbourne, you name it, it was there. And I know I don't listen to, I did when I was in high school, I listened to some of that, but you know, I have 2 boys, and anything that you don't know and you've never seen before that isn't religious, country, or if it's an alternative something and you've not seen it, guarantee I will tell you. Let me tell you, what is that saying? Tell you Jack or something. Look those things up, and if you can pick them up for 25 cents, I have picked some music up that was just weird that I've sold for 50, 60, 70 bucks, cassettes and DVDs, because they're alternative. They're not the norm, and those bands have a huge following, and lots of times the only place you could get their cassettes or DVDs was at one of their concerts. There's no other way to get them. So they'll go for a lot of money, and a lot of them will sell to Japan.
Yep.
So nobody was buying any of this music, and I'm like, what the heck? Why aren't they buying them? Well, he had 2 big 8x10 binders on the floor, 2 or 3, that had all the CDs in them. So none of the CD cases had any of the music in it, and nothing was like majorly orderly. So nobody wanted to spend the time looking through the CD cases to find the music that went with the CD case. To find, the DVD, the music CD to go in the case. And so I was there for like 4 hours, and I was wandering around. Finally, it was 2 sisters and their dad was helping them. And so I was looking at them, and I started, kind of going through, and finally the dad came over and he goes, I spent 3 hours last night trying to put those CDs in the right cases. And he goes, after about 20 of them, I said, F it, and gave up. And I said, they wanted $1. They wanted $1 a CD, which was like amazing in the first place. I think there was 600 CDs when I got them home and counted them all.
Shoo.
I offered the gal 150 for the whole collection, and her dad looks at me and he goes, oh yeah. And she goes, I got to go talk to my sister. And she comes back in and she started counting. And I said, there's got to be 600 there. And she goes, well, they're $1 a piece. And I go, how many have you sold today? And she said, none. And I said, why do you think that is? And her dad comes right in and he goes, because they're a pain in the freaking ass and nobody wants to deal with them. And they're going to be stuck here when we're done with this. And you girls are going to have to deal with it. So give her the freaking deal.
That's funny.
And they did. They sold me the whole thing for $150. And I have like the whole Ozzy Osbourne collection. You name it. Train. I can't even, Van Halen, all of them. I got them all. So I spent hours and hours and hours bit by bit. Alphabetized all the cases. That was the first thing I did. I have them in those plastic drawers that stack.
Mm-hmm.
So when Dren and I were doing something or watching a movie or something, I would sit and I would go through and I alphabetized all the cases. And then I started going through and putting the music. The only problem that I've really had is there are some CDs that don't have any imprint on them, and you can't tell who they are. You literally have to put them in a CD player and play them to find out who they are. So I got about 30 of those that I need to do, and then I'm going to start listing them because that kind of music is evergreen. It's always popular.
When you said that, I thought, well, I have one CD, one cassette over here. But look, it sells for about $8, $7 to $8. It's Survivor. Eye of the Tiger.
Survivor.
Look
Oh,
on the
I was listening to that
I've
song
never
yesterday.
seen that before. That was on the inside of the
Is it
paper
taped
thing.
to it?
Yeah, it's a sticker, and it's a 1-year tape guarantee. This sticker must be returned with the defective tape. I don't know.
I think it's expired now.
Yeah. Any pre-recorded cassette or 8-track purchased from us is guaranteed for 1 year. 1984 is when this was bought.
Yep.
That's kind of neat, I thought. I don't know if that was maybe the store's policy or...
I'm torturing Dren and making him listen to all my 80s and 70s music.
It was probably a secondhand music store because otherwise the tape would have been sealed at a
True.
a regular store.
I'll show it. I don't know if it adds to the value or takes away from the value.
I probably should take these home and get them listed, huh?
What is it? Oh yeah, I don't do ink anymore. I've just. Yeah.
You might want to rethink that
I know.
because you don't have to sell it as new. These are from 2020. It's the only reason I picked them up. The ink cartridges themselves are worth money, even the empty ones. Go look. Save your empty cartridges from your printers that you have yourself. Look up bundle of used ink cartridges. Printer ink cartridges. Look them up. Boy, I wish I didn't know all this crap, but it helps you guys.
Yep.
If you see printers at the Goodwill and they have an ink, they don't normally have ink cartridges in them, do they? Have you ever looked?
Right. Yeah.
You
Somebody's
know
pulled
why?
them.
Because people are pulling them out and they're saving up and they're sending them in. They're selling them on eBay for bucks.
Yep. Do you know where that wooden little box thing I bought is? We should-
Tissue box?
Yeah, it looks like a tissue box.
No, I don't.
I couldn't find it. I was going to see if it was the stuff she was talking about earlier. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you guys, I just need somebody to list stuff for me. I can buy it. Check this out.
Oh, that's nice. Look at that. What color is it?
I think it's yellow.
Oh, to me, I would think that would be highly desirable.
It is. That's why I bought it. Oh no, it's red. Even better.
Oh,
Never been out of the box.
well, that's good.
Yeah, it has. Apparently they wanted $25 for it. They did not get it.
Hold on here.
I boxed some stuff up. Beth's gonna come and let me have it.
Maybe if you had all this listed, sorted, and organized.
I know. Hush. He's being
Oh.
mean over here.
If you guys don't know this baby right here is a huge bolo.
Sun lamps. Huh. That looks like our chicken warmer. We raised chickens before, and you have to put those kind of lights on them to keep them all nice and warm.
I raised chickens for like we just got rid of them just before we moved because I didn't have any more. Dren's gonna get some chickens and ducks once we get all settled in. But I don't use those heat lamps anymore. They cause too many fires. They have
Oh,
these
really?
little.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not doing chickens anymore.
But I miss them. I miss the eggs. The box on this is pretty roached, but this thing hasn't been used hardly at all. I may list these two things, and I'm trying to list a couple of things while I'm here at the storage unit.
I came back and you were both gone. There was no one here.
I'm trying to list a couple of things, but my goal is fill the Jeep up, get it emptied, get my packing and shipping done, come back here, fill the Jeep up, get Dren because this storage unit's near where his school is. And then I get him, he brings his Switch with him in the car, and then empty the storage unit. And then he and I have been going to the park. He plays while I walk 8 laps.
Oh,
That's
good for
good.
you.
I got this back from my seamstress the other day. Like, she fixed his eye. It was missing.
Awesome.
So,
Noel, did you hear Rebel's story about the doll and the pastor, the inappropriate doll that she accidentally took to church?
I didn't take it to church.
She did.
You did, and you left it there.
I
Or no,
know.
she took it, right? It was
Yeah,
the lady
she-
that brought it for you.
Yes. My seamstress extraordinaire.
Hey, have you ever sold Brer Rabbit from Song of the South, the stuffed bunny?
I've had the bear before. I've never had the
So
rabbit.
I got the bear and the rabbit and the whole Pooh collection with Kanga and Roo. Couple
Is that the
weekends
vintage
ago.
gun one?
No, they're Disney. They're Disney.
Oh,
They're old.
I've had.
But-
I think
But
I've
Brer
got one or
Rabbit
two of
doesn't
them.
have his little plastic nose on it. So I'm
Mhm.
fighting with myself whether I should steal Kanga or Roo's nose because they're the same.
Oh.
Which one is worth more?
Right. It was just kind of like, oh crap, I didn't see that when I got them. And it could very well be that it fell off on the floor, because I didn't notice it. I was just like, holy crap. These were in a wicker basket in the closet and the whole set was there. And I couldn't believe that nobody else got them. I mean, I was
Did they?
one of the few estate sales I've ever waited in a line for. But plenty of people had been in there and seen them. I was like, I just went in the kitchen. There was a roll of black garbage bags and I saw those things and I literally went to the kitchen, got the black garbage bag, came back and put them all in it. I was like,
You just went ahead and bought it?
that's how
Yeah.
I shop, you guys.
Most people look at that stuff and they think it's just garbage.
A lot of people do.
It kills me. That's why I don't even have to worry about racing to most places because people around here just don't see the value of the stuffed animals.
You guys know what this is?
You should get more benefits this way too.
Horse hide something.
So it
It's
hooks,
genuine.
has a hook here, and you hang it. That somebody would hang it on their wall.
Yeah.
I bet Rhonda knows what it is. Let's see.
That's how much it is because it might be better than what you got and not much money depending on. So,
Razor strap.
bring up the information.
I bet
think
some kids have been
somebody's
spanked with
butt.
that.
the barbers would hang it on their wall in their barber shop, and they would grab this piece out like this, and they would sharpen their razors on it.
Oh. To me, it
Kids
looked like
used to
it
get
was.
spanked with those back in the day.
I was
Yes,
thinking
I've
corporal
noticed that
punishment.
happen as well. And I paid $1.50 for it, and then it also has this piece underneath This one's in really good shape. Any vintage shaving stuff usually sells. And if you can find the old fat cat razors, those sell for really good money.
How many of us went to school when they still did corporal punishment, and how many of us got our bottoms?
All right, going to the upstairs.
I never got my bottom spanked almost once.
I did, because I was a little too chatty.
I wasn't too chatty, but it was I had to write sentences.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you got in trouble at school, when you got home, you got in trouble too.
Oh, we didn't have that. My
Well, my
dad,
parents mine were both teachers, so
You
and I
couldn't
still got
escape it.
spanked.
we got spanked at home, but there were just a few teachers at school that if you had siblings and they didn't like one of your siblings, then they didn't like the whole family. And they didn't like my dad because my dad would call him on it, and he would go in there and yeah, so oh my gosh. I need to just quit looking in boxes and just oh, here you go.
Yes.
Gold filled. I was wondering where these were.
Yeah, you need to be just listing stuff while you're standing right there. Or when you,
Oh,
that's kind of like my first glasses. I hated them.
These are gold filled.
Reminds me of Miss Beasley.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
My first pair was wireframe, and they were octagon shaped. So
Oh yeah.
my classmates called me Granny Stop Sign Eyes. I hated those glasses so much.
And I think all of us are about the same age. I think I'm the old lady in this group.
I
We
got
were
mine.
very close in age.
I don't know. My I just turned 55. My sister turned 61 on the 30th. She's the oldest of us. These are actually, man, I wish I could have had a pair like this.
Those
I
look
have a
nice.
problem. I have a problem with glasses on the back of my ears. They give me headaches. So I had LASIK surgery done. It was the best money I have ever spent on myself.
Scared to do that. I'm scared.
Dude, I was legally blind in both eyes.
I'm 2,400.
I was 2,500 in this eye and 2,600 in this eye, and now I have perfect vision. 2010 in one and 2015 in the other, and I had it done in 2006.
Wow.
I had it done. My mom had it done the same day, and then my sister. I literally had it done in the morning and went to work that night.
The peanut gallery over here has had 2 stress injuries on his eyes and has had to have cataract surgery.
Oh yeah, you were. I've heard you talk about that.
Yep, and he's gonna have to have it done again.
Well,
Those lenses don't last very long.
Stress you caused me.
He says, right. Yeah. Part of me wants to do LASIK. Part of me is like, eh.
hey Rebel, have you heard that new saying that Nike came out with? Just do it.
Just do it. I know. I'm just
Well,
leery.
a long time ago, I'm sure things have improved since then, but a long time ago, I went and asked the eye doctor about doing surgery, and he said that it weakens your eye so that if you ever were hitting the eye or whatever, then you could, it could be detrimental.
He
But
lied
maybe
to
they've
you.
improved it since then. I don't know.
He lied to you.
Well, that was probably true then. This was
Open
years
this.
ago.
I think it's stuck.
So I had astigmatism too, so my eyes are shaped like a football instead of round.
Hmm.
So and my son and my mom. I don't think my mom was because her eyes were being numbed.
You just need them
They
apart.
got to watch the surgery on. They got to sit outside, and then there was a video of it, and because my son had to come to drive us home.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
Cheryl said, "Who had the colored frames with your initials in the corner?"
Oh yes.
I did not.
Oh, Beth, do you have Sjogren's? Is that what you have? I know that causes dry eyes. I have a cousin who has that. Y'all are making me, what? Like a youngin.
Do the LASIK, Cheryl. Do it. Just do it, you guys.
Oh, Robert's the young one in this group. I married a youngin.
That's all right. Oh, Beth
too.
is telling Robert to shush.
Shush the peanut gallery. There you go. See, you're going to never be remembered as Robert.
You are not ancient, Rhonda. I'm scrolling back up and reading the
I
chat.
was just looking. Yeah.
You guys are cracking me up.
Did you get that open?
No.
Oh. I need the,
What is it?
it's the thing that goes in the KitchenAid. See,
Just flat stuff together.
but these are
Also,
stuck
Victoria
together from
said
glue.
she turned 70 in March and officially retired. Good job. Good for you. I officially retired after COVID, so that gave me time to resell. Oh, look at that. Is that Land Before Time?
Oh, I love him.
Cute.
Gunned.
I just found a bag of toys, Rebel.
This way.
Now I'm gonna clean
Cute.
'em.
Oh, look
Oh.
at that.
Daniel's Tigers Neighborhood.
Yeah, I think. Oh,
Is that the one that makes noise or not? Is it the pullback? Oh, yeah.
So does it make noise? I don't know. Oh, it
It
does.
will. Yep.
And then I didn't find any of the little characters that went inside it, but I found this guy. This must have been a Ben's trip. This guy
Yep.
and this guy. And if you guys
Mm-hmm.
don't know,
That's not
Lego manuals sell.
Didn't Court Bolo Buddies had something on that too?
I
I've done
think
that
it
in
was-
the past.
I think it was Rachel Strickland, but she keeps stealing all my shit and making videos about it. I'm gonna have to let her have it. I mean, everybody thinks she's the one that sells all the pencils. No, she got that from me. And then she showed the other day how she sold it. This cracked me up. I give her crap all the time. So, how she sold the baggie of vintage crayons. Yes, she didn't get that from me. I'm not saying that, but yes, a bag full of vintage crayons will sell. So I mean,
Because
and
there's
they don't even
colors
have
they
to
don't
be
make
vintage.
anymore.
They don't even have to be vintage, just a bag of crayons. My son has some listed in his store. You know, I mean, but I buy it. I will consistently buy the pens and pencils, the gallon-sized bags of Ziploc pens and pencils at garage sales.
Mm-hmm.
Always. Because we can use them for ourselves, number one. And then you have the pencils that have the 3.5 lead, that kind of stuff. Artists are looking for that. Also, older architects like that older pencil lead that's not number 2. And then there's the advertising, all the advertising pencils. But these Lego manuals, you guys.
Yep. Oh, there it is. Okay.
My biggest weakness that probably a lot of people don't know is books.
Really?
I have a problem with books. Oh yeah. No, like I have a huge problem with books.
Do you like to read them or just collect them?
Books.
I need my phone back.
Books. This whole wall back here is pretty much books.
Cool.
I bought out a whole library.
What?
I bought out this lady right when COVID hit and they shut everything down. This gal we were going to do an estate sale for her, Jake and Erica Portland Pickers. And then like 2 days later, they like shut everybody down and they had to move. They were selling their house and they needed to get the stuff out. And so she texted me and she goes, we had already done the walkthrough. Is there anything in here that you would like to buy from me? She goes, because we are going to have to put everything in storage. And I said, yeah, so down in the basement, this house was huge. She had 2 rooms that had all of the barrister type cases in them. And they all had books in them. And her mother would buy collections and one-offs, but each of these books had only, they're all first edition. They were all read twice, once by her mom and once by her. And they were kept in this climate controlled room in these cases. And I said, I will buy all the books. I would like all the books, all the ephemera, all of the pictures that you don't want to, all of that stuff. So we came up with a deal for $680. This is the problem. And it's not for a lot of people. They packed all the books up. So some of the collections are in 5 different boxes. Rather than, do you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have the shelf space or the table space or anything in my garage to lay these out and properly. So what I did was I took one box and I listed it, and I've already made over $5,000 out of one box.
Wow.
Home Depot small size box.
Wow.
So, and the first book that I sold was like $400 and some dollars. I mean, I made my money back with 2 sales.
Man.
And when my son and I moved these books into this unit, so that's one of the main reasons I got this unit, so that I could lay these books out and get them listed, right? Nope, that didn't happen. So when my son and I were moving the boxes, and I'm opening the boxes, and I'm going, oh my God, I got to get these listed. Mom, focus. We got to move these books. He's like, you're not allowed to look in any more boxes. He goes, don't be pulling any books out, blah, blah, blah. He goes, just stop.
All right, we have a question. Here we go. How long did it take each one of you to get to where your store was selling at a decent rate? I'm going to just say right now is not a time to even be thinking about selling at a decent rate. The economy's down right now.
So I've taken 2 huge breaks. One in last July, almost all of July, August, and half of 3/4 of all of September. I took a huge break, and I went from a 30,000 90-day total down to 6. When I started listing again in October, by February, I was back up to 22,000. And the middle of March 17th, now was not counting this weekend, March 17th was the last day I listed because I moved. I had 22,027 listings when I put my store on vacation 3 times. So 45 days worth of vacation I put my store on, and I still was selling because I had it that way because I knew where the stuff was. But I wasn't listing or anything, and my average sale price stayed at about $66. And my average sale price was, even on vacation. I just started listing again this weekend, and so my 22,000 90-day total went down to right above 6,000. Oh, I was gonna say, and I'm at, hang on, I'll tell you.
So when you say 22,000, are you talking money value or listing number?
My 90-day sales total.
Sales total. Okay.
Is over 22,000.
Awesome.
In 90 days. So right now it is at, oh shoot. So 3 weeks ago it was just right at 6,000. I just really started listing again this weekend. My 90-day total right now is $8,693.31.
Good job.
So
Good.
it's not, and you can't be hard on yourself. 500 is an amazing number.
That is. Just keep going because
You
it's
know,
going to pay off.
I'm not there yet. I'm just at like 350.
That's still an amazing number.
I'm
too.
still a newbie. I don't even belong in this group. I'm so new at
You-
this.
You aren't selling full time either.
Well, I want to, but I'm not yet. But I want to
I
be.
understand that, but you have a child that has special needs.
Yeah.
You have a husband that has special needs.
Yeah, you have one of them too, a husband.
He's the peanut gallery's buddy.
Yeah.
If he watches this, tell him he can't send me hate mail. I don't accept that. It's just you're doing what you can. 350 listings for, if you look at what you have going on in your outer life, is a lot of listings.
Yeah, and I will get back to it. I have, I went on my trip in April. That was like the first third of the month, and then just getting back and getting, I don't know. It's one of those things where I lost my momentum. So once I get my momentum going again, then I want to get back to doing at least a minimum of 5 listings a day, and maybe even increase it to like 10 or 15. That's kind of my goal. If I can get that done, I think even if I'm listing 12 to 15 items a day, I'll have as much to ship as I can manage and still do everything else I need to do.
So there you go. Don't be so hard on
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm not to the level that you guys are, but I don't know that I have time to be at the level you guys are. So,
Well,
but at some point, if I can get going enough and kind of so that my husband can see that, I'm taking care of what's in the garage and we're getting rolling and enough money's coming in. I know he would love to retire as soon as he's old enough. So if I can start putting some money aside where
Then
he would
maybe
feel like
he
he could
needs to
retire,
help
then
you
he
do
would
the
work with me.
reselling. Maybe he needs to help you do the reselling, so he too.
Yeah, well, because it's his store. He's the one that started it several years ago, and he managed it and worked full time and was ready to quit.
Your own store.
Well, I know we're under his name, but we have 100% feedback and all that kind of stuff.
Start your own store and start putting stuff in your own store and buy anything that you buy off of eBay, buy out of your store so that it'll get your feedback up, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm fine. And I don't. We're not going anywhere.
I'm not saying any of that. But then when he retires, and you can put your name on even though it's just his store.
It is. It's on our mailing labels. It's all in. It's both of us, and like I put a picture of us on the on our profile picture. So yeah, so my hope is that and he's even said the next vacation he takes, he will help me do some, photography and listings and all that. Because I said, if you would help me just really work through a bunch of stuff so we can get our listings up. Because right now the store level we have will allow us to have 1,000 listings. And I would love to get up closer to that. And then, then I could just work to maintain it. So that's the goal.
There you go.
And Cheryl, I'm down on eBay right now because my sales are so low, but my sales are actually good over my 30-day and my 90-day. I'm just whiny because, but I think the big thing is the more you list, the more you're going to sell. Mm-hmm. So I was just looking, I've listed almost 3,000 new items this year. So that's about $600 a month. I mean, 600 items a month. It's great. It's a numbers game, and the higher your numbers, but I'm going to also say, don't have all your eggs in one basket, all your chickens in one egg. You know me and my word.
You don't want to have a triple yoker.
Yeah. But that's why I'm crazy right now with I want to have everything. I'm not there yet, but my goal is to have everything listed on eBay in at least one other platform, because it just ups the numbers for you as far as the opportunities to get somebody looking at your stuff.
When I get these storage units moved and everything, then I'm going to start List Perfectly, but I don't have the I no longer have the brain capacity to deal with raising my 8-year-old grandson, remodeling my house, dealing with my eBay store, and moving all of this stuff, and then trying to do lists perfectly too. I can't. The white flag is up. I have to give up somewhere.
Yep. Yep.
So Cheryl, you sound like me. She said, I'll get on the right track and then fall off without getting wrapped up in preparing the items to photograph and list. You've diagnosed OCD and ADHD, so minutes turn into hours of distractions. Yeah, yeah. And I'm undiagnosed
I was diagnosed a
ADHD
long
and
time ago.
OCD, but I definitely, yeah, I will get going so good, and it does not take much to get me derailed. And then I'll be off on some other tangent. So for sure, I hear
I
you.
have 5 boxes of stuff here that I'm separating. Like I have these stupid bags all over the place that are just filled from estate sales, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, do I just load those up and take them to my new storage units and have the same problem there? That's what I don't want. So rather than doing that, which my logical brain tells me just get the shit loaded up and gone.
Right.
The other part of my brain, the ADH part of my brain, needs to have everything in its place like it should be, is telling me go through this shit, put it in boxes, label the boxes, and move it that way so that you're where you need to be. But that takes time, and I
Right.
only have a certain amount of time. So what's going to happen? I can already tell you. The back half of my storage unit is going to be very organized, and the front half is going to be just slam dunk crap.
Yeah.
It's a dilemma. But are you going, well, would it be worth it to buy one more month in this storage unit so that you have the time to do it right?
I'm thinking it would be cheaper to get another storage unit at the other place.
Yeah.
Or
So you have one organized and one unorganized one.
50% off that I can just throw crap in, because it's going to get moved anyway, whether one way or another. So,
Right.
so if I get another one at the other place that I can just throw crap in, I'm still 3 storage units there are what the price of this one storage unit.
Yeah, so it'd be worth it to go ahead and get out. Can you get one right next door to where the one you're in?
I sure can. There's 3 of them. My other 2 are boom, boom, and there's the next one down and the one right across.
Well, I think you just answered your own dilemma right there.
And they're inside. I'm right by the door. It's climate controlled, and there's a bathroom right there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, if I were you, I would do that. I would do it today and then just start hauling that junk out of there. Not junk. I'll start hauling your stuff out of there. Save that
Treasures.
money.
Treasures.
No.
Treasures.
No, I have this down. I need to make a shirt. When you're hunting for it, it's treasure. The minute you buy it and it's in your car, it's crap. And until you have it listed, once it's listed, it's treasure again. It is treasure again. But that interim part, it's all crap.
You have 5 10x20s. Holy cow, you guys.
Who
I
has
thought
5?
my death piles was big.
Whoa,
You guys got
whoa.
me big.
Who has 5? I gotta go read the chat here.
Rhonda.
It's Rhonda.
Rhonda says she's got 5 10x20s.
Put the comment up, Rebel, so she can see it.
Here.
I'm reading it
Wait,
right
I
now.
haven't finished reading it. Here we go.
That would work. That's what she did.
Consolidated
She had,
all now
she
in a
had
10x20.
5 10x20s. Oh, who's Bob Law?
I don't know.
for 5
Somebody's
months.
That needs to be. Where's your moderator? I can't.
No, he's fine. He says one of my favorite things to do
Oh,
is
never mind. I just saw the crap in the car part.
crap in my car. Yeah.
like, what?
Whatever.
so she had 5. Now she's down to 1.
I got crap in my
Yeah,
car.
she's doing typos. Sorry, Bob.
Oh, I apologize, Bob. Yeah, she
Yeah.
had 5 and now she's down to
One of
1.
my
See,
favorite
that's
things
my
to
goal.
do is
In my car.
oh.
No,
Maybe just put crap in my car.
put crap in my car. Yeah,
Sorry, Bob.
or
I think
van.
I think he
Whatever.
totally lost it with this car.
Oh, that was good.
Please don't moderate me. It was an error.
I can't moderate you when I'm in StreamYard, so you left out. And then right after I saw that, I saw your next 5 come up. I was like, oh,
Try type it as fast as he can and just
No.
kept making it worse.
See, Bob, that's what the spammers do. So we're on high alert.
it's funny. I hardly ever, and I don't know that I've seen any in your streams, but I hardly ever get spammers. I'm too boring for that. I guess I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I hardly ever do either.
All right, we have another question. Oh, wait. Where did it go? Oh, I got to take this one off. Oh, wait, was that the one I wanted? Oh, where did it go? Oh, back here. Here. Promoted listings. Do you guys do it?
Uh-oh.
I have one listing that's promoted.
I have all. Everything goes promoted, and I have it at trending cap at 10, but not everybody agrees with that.
Okay. Are we ready for this?
Here comes Noel.
So, 2 years ago, it was made very known very publicly that if you had any ad blockers on your computer, your phone, so that you
Right.
blocked the ads that popped up, that your promoted listings would not show up. And many people proved that to be true because promoted listings are an advertisement. So a lot of people quit doing promoted listings and they do just fine. The problem with promoted listings after that was if you were doing them and then you all of a sudden quit doing them, your sales would sink, and they could sink for 5 weeks. And they did it to make you come back because they were making so much money off of people. So they basically what's the word when parents they were disciplining and based. So now yes, I'm not going to say I have all my listings promoted, but I have a lot of them. Anything new that I'm listing right now I'm not promoting, because as of June 1st, and if you can go to Ina Steiner's e-commerce blog, Don, the auction professor, writes on there, and eBay actually answered him back and said yes, that they have the ability to go into any listing that you have promoted and change anything that they want to change because you have chosen to use promoted listings.
They can change your listing?
They can change your rates. They can change your price. They can change your shipping. They can change anything they freaking want to if you have promoted listings on that listing.
Huh. But
Yep.
why would they?
You're really asking why would eBay do something?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what's like just to get more money? I guess it all boils down to money. I don't know.
Why does eBay do updates in fourth quarter? I don't know.
I know.
That's
Do you know if anybody's gone back and looked at the original terms and conditions on promoted listings? I know somebody likes to do that. I know there's one video.
Don, the auction professor, did a whole video on it. And then Casey Rockstar Flipper, who I know, I've met, I've hung out with, did a nasty, nasty video about Don, which was totally uncalled for. And then Don also came back and because, I mean, Don is like, he's got one store that he shares with everybody that has over 25,000 listings on it. He sells on 10 different platforms. Casey has 250 items in his store now. What does Casey sell? He sells programs on how to sell on eBay, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying, let's go with the reseller who puts that content out there daily, shares with you things to find, how to do it, all that kind of stuff. A lot of people Can't handle him because he's dry, super dry. But that guy is like smart. He goes through, you can go back and find his video 2 years ago from the old promoted listings. He goes through the whole freaking thing. And what did Casey said in his video? You guys all got this email and you probably didn't even read it because you probably don't need to. Yeah, you do. If you get an email from eBay that's changing something in that's changing the terms and conditions, you probably should read that sucker.
Right.
John has had it looked at by several attorneys, and he wrote a blog on it on e-commerce, and eBay answered him back on his blog, eBay themselves, and said, yes, what he said was right. Because I sent that video to Rebel. So if you choose to use promoted listings after the 1st of June, you're giving eBay the ability. Now, will they? I don't know. Who knows, right? That's the catch-22. So anything that I have that's over $1,000, which I have a lot, is no longer going to be promoted. Anything that I have that is worth a lot of money, I will no longer promote. And you shouldn't. Anything that's vintage or one-off, you know, that nobody else has a lot out there, you shouldn't have to promote it. It's
right. If yours is one of the only ones, and in a search, why pay that extra money?
So that's what I'm doing. I will still promote some of my stuff. I promote at whatever they suggest now. And before I go out and before I send offers to watchers, did you know you can do this? Say you have 10 people watching, you have the ability to send out 10 offers to watchers. If you go to your promoted, look on your screen, you have, if you're looking at your listings and you pull up your 10 offers to watchers and it shows you the 10 listings on your screen, it'll show you promoted listings. This item you have promoted at 8 points. If you click on that, it will literally tell you, eBay says you have this at 8%. eBay says that you should put it at 2.6. Before I send that offer out to that watcher, I change it down to the lower one.
Yeah, I just let it ride. I'm just gonna let it ride and see what happens. I'm gonna be one of them. I'll be the guinea pig.
No, I'm gonna keep some of my stuff unpromoted. I'm not gonna take it all off. But yep. I just think that there's so much controversy out there that people don't not to be, oh boy.
I just know, and I don't know.
It's a sheeple kind of thing, right? We get to the point where we just listen to everybody and every way of life, right? It could be you're driving and there's an accident, some car in front of you goes this way. Well, maybe their tire's flat and they're pulling off, and then everybody goes that way, right? And then there's a massive accident, that kind of thing. We have to be responsible enough as adults that when this stuff comes out, to pull that stuff up and read the documentation for ourselves and be responsible enough. And then when you get to the point that if you really don't understand it, search out somebody that you trust that's been doing it for a while. Like the first thing Don did was have their lawyers look at it. He's got more than one store on eBay, but what I'm trying to say is he has one that's got over 25,000 listings on it that he shares publicly.
Right.
Yeah. So, we have to look at a lot of these things and find the other people that sell the same kind of stuff as you that you trust, that always are giving you good information. And I'm not saying that Casey's a horrible person, because he's not. He's got a good heart. He has helped a lot of people. He will continue to help a lot of people. But I don't feel that the way he went about that, calling somebody, he didn't call him out by name, but everybody sure everybody knew Casey lost a lot of subscribers over that. and that's sad, because he didn't need to do that.
Bob Boy was a troll, y'all. So Robert's removed.
Bob was a troll?
Yes.
Yeah,
Bob
I
was a
thought so.
troll. That's my
I
first
thought-
troll. I should feel
Oh my.
like I've grown.
You got another troll.
Well,
now.
Oh, I've got another one. Robert's
Are
dealing
you
with
sure
it.
though?
Live it, baby.
Oh yeah, we've got another one coming.
He's
I
asking
don't
me
think
to marry
Bob
him. I
was.
can either fight him or I can remove him.
Let's just go ahead and remove him. I can
Just-
only handle one husband.
Listen,
Uh,
before you remove them, report them. Report
Report
them
and
and then
remove.
report then remove. I don't know where they are. I'm not seeing them.
Rhonda, you're going to be the other good guinea pig. Oh, okay. Rhonda's going to be the one that takes all of hers off promoted listings for the month of June and see what happens.
What do
I just know right now, 61% of my items sell through promoted listings.
Of course they do.
I know, but I'm afraid that if I don't, then I'm only going to have 40% of my sales, period.
So why do you have them promoted so high? Because now they're, as
I
of June
changed
1st,
it to see what was going to happen.
nothing. So I don't want to be the negative Nancy, but sometimes I get that. My kids will tell me that too, because I look at things. I don't change my promoted. I do end and relist 50 items every couple of days. I don't do it every day. I have my promoted listings set at I used to just do 1%, and then Kat and I were messing around with them, and then I was on Kat's show a long time ago. Kat and
I was
I
going
were
to
messing.
ask you if you'd ever been on.
Oh yeah, a year and a half ago or so. It's been a while.
Cool.
She has a lot of knowledge, and she is one smart lady. Very, 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 very smart.
I haven't heard her say anything about if she's going to be doing promoted listings or not.
Well, you can ask. I can't, I won't be able to watch or be in the chat because I'll tell you another time.
I think the longer we stay on, the more trolls are coming. People.
Let them have it.
Well,
I
is
know.
that one that keeps talking about Beth? Is that someone
That's
who's just
a
giving her a hard
troll. I
time?
think they've been blocked already.
Okay.
They're
I
blocked.
can't.
Well, at first I thought it was just somebody joking around with her.
No.
You better
Because
get
Beth
Beth.
is-
You better.
You know what? We just need to make Beth a
I was
moderator.
gonna say how many, Beth or Rhonda, one of the two of them.
Yes.
What if I accidentally put her in timeout instead?
I know. What if he accidentally puts one of y'all in timeout?
If you put somebody in timeout, then they'll be back in 400 seconds or whatever it is, and
Yeah.
they can still watch and see what you're saying, but they just can't type. So you basically just go, oops, sorry. It's not the end of the world if you put somebody in timeout, and most everybody understands.
Someone wants to know if y'all have any guitars for sale.
I do
Nope.
not. I sold one guitar once, and I tried to sell it. It was my son's acoustic guitar, and I couldn't list it for sale internationally because it had rosewood. There was some rosewood in it. You can't sell rosewood is like selling ivory in some countries. Yeah. It's like you can't sell Italian leather shoes. You can't list those internationally to sell in Italy.
My daughter had a guitar, my youngest one, and we sold her guitar on eBay. It was like a 3/4 size, like a kid size, and we sold that.
All right, you girls. I am going to oh boy, I'm already having anxiety over this, Rhonda.
But no, it sounds like a good plan to go ahead and get a unit next to the one that you would move to, and go ahead and move everything over to that and get it on out of there so that you can close that one, and then take the next month to go ahead and organize it into your you know, but set yourself a goal. This has to get done, you know, no more than 1 month in the new unit, unless you know, are going to go source some more or something. But, you know.
Well, you know, I go sourcing all the time. I want to say this, I'm knocking on wood. Don't think I'm going sourcing this weekend or next weekend. My gal that is my favorite estate sale, I have quite a few of them, but my favorite one, she's on vacation in Palm Springs and she needs to, because she doesn't just do estate sales, she also does bereavement counseling and does other stuff with the family. And so I was so glad that when she told me she was going on vacation, because I was like, Barbara, you need counselors, need counselors as well. Counselors absorb a lot of crap.
Beth says, I have 0 views, but also have watchers. It's weird. It's because they changed the views to only be within the last 30 days. So you could have someone who started watching it several months ago, but the views are only what's
and
been don't even worry about the views, because they never really mattered anyway, because a lot of them were bots. Oh.
So, you know, I don't ever look at the views. I look at the watchers.
Yeah, I
It still
listed a
seems
whole
weird to
bunch
me that
this
you can
morning.
send out
They
an offer
called.
to somebody who's not even watching it. I don't understand that. I know it must be somebody who's looked at it.
I think
but
a lot of people think that if you have a lot of views, that ranks you up higher in eBay's algorithm or something, because there's traffic on your item or something like that. And it very could well be. You know what? I don't even attempt to try to figure out eBay or anybody's algorithm. I am going to list my stuff. It's going to sell or it's not.
Plus, to me, I think it'd be the opposite. If there's so many views and nobody's bought it, what's wrong with it? You know,
well, they're all bots. A lot. I shouldn't say they're all, but that's
no. I mean, just in general. Like, if you have an item that's got 1,000 views and you still sitting there not sold, you know, why is it not sold?
Because if you guys, Ina Steiner runs a website called E-commerce Bites. She writes about Amazon, she and her husband, eBay, all of that stuff, and she puts they put a vlog, whatever. It's like a news thing, and you get an email. She puts a new one out. Like I feel like it's twice a week. And she and her husband write. It's mostly her, but her husband helps her. And then she has all kinds of different people from all kinds of different reselling e-commerce fields that write articles for e-commerce Bites. And so I highly recommend anybody who's interested and is really trying to figure out all this stuff and wants to keep up on, like you're selling clothes, so you want to keep up on fashion. So, I mean, this would really be a good email for the peanut gallery to read. Just saying, you know. But if you guys want to keep up on a lot of that, because you're hearing this from over here, this from over here, this from over here, and this from over there. Usually I won't say anything that I'm not, 90% sure of. And if I give out bad advice, I'm going to be the first to say that's wrong. So, I apologize. That's wrong. So that's how I've been my whole life. I was an inspector for years, and you can't, you go by code, don't sign on the dotted line until you've read the 12 million pages of everything, because they stuck something in there somewhere that you're going to get screwed by, Anyway, so that's where all that is. But if you guys want to keep up on all the stuff that's going on with all the different sites, and not just the selling sites. I mean, there's so many selling sites that most people don't even, anybody familiar with Together. There are so many. I'm signing up for, I shouldn't say signing up. I'm going to finish my application for Whatnot, and I'm probably going to start selling a lot of ephemera and these little toys and Legos and that kind of stuff on there. I have a whole collection, the whole shebang of what's it? Liberty Village, Liberty Falls Christmas. And they're not worth a lot, but the people that collected them. And I have everything. I have big pieces, little pieces. I literally paid $35 for it at the end of an estate sale.
Cool.
I have the whole collection.
Wow.
So that's something that I don't want to spend the rest of my life listing it on eBay.
Mhm.
But that would sell. That would be an amazing whatnot auction. And
I haven't even been on there yet.
there's a lot of stuff in here that I have, ephemera, books, that kind of stuff that maybe I'm never going to have the time to get through every bit that would go really quick on a whatnot auction. So
Sounds good.
Well, obviously eBay's doing something, because something that I've had listed for almost a year, all of a sudden I have required item specifics needed on
oh
it.
yeah.
So I have a
Hmm.
feeling they've changed
Must have changed
something again.
And you
Some-
guys know that in the next 2 years, the post office is going to be raising every 6 months. The post office is going to raise the shipping almost 5.2% every 6 months.
It feels like they
wow.
do already.
I know.
They're going to be doing it here in either June or July, I forget. So if you're not using pirate, here we go again. If you're not using Pirate Ship to ship your larger items through UPS and Federal Express, you may not sell a lot of big items like those 1970 30-inch Pepsi stuffies. I don't care.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to pay the shipping on it. And whoever wants it is going to want it enough that they're going to pay the shipping on it. And I'm good with that.
That's how it is. Although I've still got to go pull my stuff and get them into more reasonable boxes.
I don't pre-pack anything, but I measure everything. I measure and weigh everything when I list it. And I have done it long enough now that I know how, if it's breakable or not. You know, if you measure it, if you weigh it and it's 1.1 pound, 2 ounces, and it's something that's lightweight, you're at 2 pounds, period. You're gonna be at 2 pounds.
Just sometimes I'd rather know I have the box, that if perchance it sells, I don't have to go looking for a box.
I never wait for a box. I have so many. Oh my gosh. It's really simple to walk into Walmart or U-Haul or wherever and get a box. And I have 1 day shipping, so I don't have to ship it till the next day. So
Yeah.
that gives me a day to go get a box if I need to. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
Noel, I was going to tell you, earlier you were talking about books. We had a few years ago, we had the best pickup situation, and you would have loved it. A friend of mine used to have this little knickknack store, and so she does a lot of reselling herself, not really on eBay, but she just has a network, and so she has a lot of storage units. And this one place where she rented a storage unit from, she called me one day and she said, I know you guys have been selling a few books on eBay. Are you interested in coming over here and picking up some books? And I was like, yeah, sure. How much, what are we talking? She says, oh, I think there's like 4 or 5 bins. She said, I'm trying to help this guy who runs the place, because they had an auction and somebody left a bunch of stuff, and they bought a unit and left stuff. And there's some books here. Do you want them? He wants to just give them away.
those stuff leavers.
Yeah. Well, and I guess they get blackballed too. If you leave, because that's the deal. If you leave stuff and you've bought it, then you don't get to come back and buy at that auction anymore. But anyway, so she's like, I think there's like 5 boxes. So I get over there. There were 30 bins, plastic bins of books. And it took me 3 carloads to get them all home. And we're still like selling those books. So
I mean,
yeah, it was great. All free. He wouldn't take any money. All free.
I get books like this all the time.
Oh,
Nobody
cool.
wants them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And nobody can scan them, so they just leave them. If it can't
Right.
be
Yeah,
scanned, they don't want it.
We do better with old books than new books.
Mhm.
For sure.
My problem though is a lot of times they've got that smell, and I just don't want to deal with them.
I literally put in my listing, these came from an estate sale. They may or may not have a musty smell. I do not smoke in my house, but and it was common for many people to smoke in the older days. And these items may have a smell.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if they have mold on them, that's a definite no. But I mean, why would somebody not buy this book? Thomas Brothers Los Angeles County Street Guide it's the new edition, by the way.
From what?
1954, you guys.
Cool.
That's very
$1.50.
cool.
Whether some Los Angeles County person buys it or whether a crafter buys it to use for the maps in the streets, but I guarantee you I will sell this for $50.
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's
It's
awesome.
Los Angeles. It's California.
That's
It's from
true.
1954. It's got all the old maps on it.
That's
How
true. Yeah.
about model railroading? This book's tortured.
Wow.
I don't
Yeah.
care. It's transportation. It's model railroading, which is huge.
Huge.
I
Yeah.
mean, how about this is good.
I don't see a wrench next to Beth.
This is from 1888.
Shirts for me, yeah.
Wow.
It's called The Autobiography of a Flea, a complete edition. And it has seen better days.
Wow.
And yep, it smells musty, but I will sell it. It's hilarious. Oh, this
In the
orange.
comments.
So
Yeah.
I have a really hard time with books because I have a hard time leaving that stuff behind because I know, I mean, this.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
about
look
this?
at Robert's $50 dye and something book.
What do you think's gonna sell? What do you think's gonna sell this?
Oh yeah, the
7-Up.
artwork and the 7-Up. Yeah.
That's
I've got a
I
bunch
look
of
for
stuff
that
like
kind
that
of stuff.
from my mom. Because home ec
Oh, yeah.
teachers used to get sent all that stuff in the
Oh,
50s
yeah, well-
and 60s. She didn't throw any of it away, and I've got it all.
You know, I'll just buy piles of this. This is motocross, old motor. Oh, this is all from the same place. It's all in one stack here. Professional TT motorcycle racing, Castle Rock Fairgrounds. It was down this, not very far here from me, but it's from the 1960s, and I mean, it's got all these champions in it. You guys,
Fun.
as crazy as the guys are about motocross and the women are about fashion or knitting, Vogue magazines from the 80s and 90s are bank, you guys, and they sell for big money by themselves. I sell them sometimes depending on who's on the cover. It's what's inside. You can sell individual Vogue magazines from the 80s and 90s upwards to $90 a piece. People don't look at that stuff because they think it's not worth anything.
Right.
Well, the designers sure do. The hairstylists sure do. The people that want the vintage advertising in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see.
Well, you guys, I need to go. I've got at least one video I need to film. And then this afternoon, I got to go help set up for a book sale so that I can shop ahead of the crowd tomorrow. So
Oh, that sounds like fun.
and then we have church. Yeah, we set up between 5 and 6, and then we eat dinner at church at 6. And before then, I've got to film a video. So I need to.
Dinner sounds
get out
what
here.
time?
At 6 o'clock. Davenport,
think
Florida. Come on over.
We're having chili for dinner tonight.
All right.
That's what was requested.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, ladies. This was
Bye,
fun.
everybody. Have a
Oh,
great
we
week.
won't be here next week.
I'm gonna talk about art supplies on Thursday.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
And Robert and I
And if
won't
you
be
didn't
here
see it
next
yet,
week.
I just did a video about my new home organizing system and what's working for me with my 3x5 cards. So
I heard
check
you
it out.
talk about that. I'm gonna listen to it while I'm packing up.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right.
In it, I share my life story.
Everybody have a great weekend. Let's see. You're not gonna be. Where are you going next week?
We're just not gonna be available.
Not gonna be here yet.
No,
Who do you
but I'll
think
be on
you
the
are?
Nurse Flipper Tuesday
All right, now
night.
it's time
So
to tell you how to run your channel.
Yeah, she'll be on Nurse Flipper.
be nice. All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.